Okay. Are we live? Should be. Oh, YouTube taking its time to load. Can I see chat? I can. I am a bit late. You know what? It's Easter. Jesus died for me to wake up when I wanted.
know, and that's going to be.
We got EDG versus DRG. We got Nongshim versus Zeta. You know what I was doing last night though, as I was driving back from the wedding. I was thinking, you know, I don't have a song for Juicy, but I came up with one. I've come up with a song for Juicy now. Singing do a diddy dum diddy do. Killing YZ and winning map number 2. That's good, that's good, that's fine. Oh, it's fine. Juicy's on the tear again, and he's fragging all the time, singing do a diddy dum diddy do. There you go. That's the Juicy song from now on. Billy beat Trace. Did me and Elevator get married? No. I wish, but no. He's already a married man. Probably get rid of these notifications. Right. DRX beat Gen G. My initial pick on Bloodshot was right. Right, so let's talk about these games. So obviously this game here for EDG, where it's a straight elimination game, right? We're in the lows of playoffs. Winner will play BLG for a spot in Masters. EDG could go out. EDG have made every single international event that they have been allowed to qualify for. So this would be quite a big deal if they did not make it. For Nongshim, this game, the Nongshim game as well, is also a massive game. So we'll definitely be doing some picture-in-picture. I might do Tiny TMV whilst both games are on. This game should still have a little bit of time before we dive into it, so we can watch this first. But this game is win and in, and loser is out. Essentially, whoever wins this will be in, and whoever loses will be out. Now, here's the thing. Both of these teams can also still finish first. This is what's so bizarre about this, right? If Zeta win 2-0, they'll be 7-4. If RRQ lose 2-0, they'll be 7-5. Zeta will be first in this group. Nongshim can also still finish first. If they win 2-0 and RRQ lose 2-0, and the round
Easter.
diff
Let's go
is
long.
28
Happy Easter. Let's go long.
between them, Nongshim can still finish first as well. So this is a very strange game. This one right here. Not one now what could happen is if this is a 2-1 either way, then it's possible RRQ could just be locked in. And the games into... here's the thing, right? If the 2 games in Pacific, if this game doesn't mean anything, I won't watch it. If it does still have a chance, I will watch it. But I'm not watching it. If Boom DFM means nothing and RRQ versus Zeta means nothing, then I'm not watching. Because what's the point? Kano, thanks for the 50 bits. Happy Easter. Yes. I've got my mini eggs here to celebrate. Did I buy a cat costume? Well, yes, that's coming later. I don't have a costume. I do have face paint. Let's see. What comes up if you Google cat face paint? Oh, whoops.
Happy 420.
Easter is on 420, bro. Didn't even realize. Okay. Now, this is probably a bit beyond my pay grade. We're probably more looking at like this one. Or something more simple. So don't get your hopes up. Don't be expecting some professional looking shit. It's gonna be pretty, it's gonna be basic. It might end up looking like this guy. This might be what you get. In reality. Honestly, that might be funnier, I think. That me coming out like that would be quite funny, I think.
Catboy, as long as you meow for us, it's okay.
Well, I'm not sure I'll meow for you. We'll see. Oh, let me go live. Fuck.
Commit to the bit and hire someone to do the cat makeup.
Oh, my girlfriend could do it, but she won't be here is the problem. It'll be too late. Or I could get her to do it before the... Well, I could do the whole stream with it on. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend to just do it. Okay, gang ISO.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an FPS game.
Because I wanted it to be like...
Good morning, sir.
Denigep 23, thanks for the 4 months. I wanted it to be kind of like a surprise. For the I didn't want it to be for the EG Loud game. I kind of wanted to do it just for the NRG game, but... Honestly, I'm not even sure. Then again, why would I even watch EG Loud? I guess. Did I see Raga Fry EDG? Yeah, I saw some of it. I didn't see all of it, but I saw kind of the end, like the final map. The Haven.
Exactly.
Whoa, that's loud.
That is something that you'll have to consider. You know, that Razor Vine, that Steel Garden as well, can be very solid. Also, you know, as well, because to build off the desk we're chatting, and I just want to build up because that is an excellent point. You know, Fnatic were the ones that did the ISO Yoru bringing.
Would I be willing to watch a
to
snippet
Lewis
of
may
Tropical's
not be
YouTube video
quite
where
as
he briefly
impactful
mentioned
because
you?
you have
Cool.
to really make that util work.
Right, what's he
either on
saying?
the A or
What the
the
fuck's
C.
he saying?
You
Get your
can't
name out of
really
my
make it
mouth.
work on
Like,
B
get
just because
my
that
name out of your mouth.
essentially
Get my, get
circumvent
your
against
name
the
out of
ISO
my
wall.
mouth.
So we'll have to wait and see if that goes through as well. No breach.
Hello,
no,
Magnum.
Tehu either for EDG, so arguably incredibly risky, as you can already see the difference that it makes. The first fight comes through on this A.
Come on,
Chichu
DRG.
versus Flex,
Yes.
and Chichu doesn't quite get the,
Yes, live.
that kind of aerial momentum back the way, and so Flex will
Flash.
absolutely shut that down.
Nice.
Yeah, Black still got the paranoia to fight for it. I don't know if they needed.
Okay,
to
the
commit
flash
to that
was
duel, though.
good enough to get everyone here, though.
Instead, it's gonna be Spirit to fight more.
Oh, but they all died
Frenzy
anyway.
is on a tear there for
Oh, never mind,
Yanni.
they all died.
Kantan will make sure
Come
to
on,
put it down,
Vukashu.
but here comes the
Come on,
nasty hour.
Vukashu.
Instead of
The raid
Castle
boss.
needs to step up, and what better way than to do it against the best player in the league? But unfortunately for you, Yanni is gonna be fighting, driving by, and killing everyone. EDG clearing off the bad start of yesterday and starting off on the right foot this time.
Oh my days. I mean, initially Chichu had messed up that jump, the over-aggression there, but the frenzy here, for anyone that doesn't know, had been buffed. I think that's a season or two ago, but that magazine went up to 15, and literally that last bullet there making the difference.
Do I think
for
Choba will
Giannis.
curse
Now,
Nongshim? No, I
they've
think
got
they'll
those
win.
ults, four
I
already
think
on the
Japanese
board.
Valorant,
Halfway
they're
was that
cursed to be
overdrive.
sad.
Kang as well can nearly pull in that deathmatch arena to fight through it. So DRG already looking a bit rough. This meta comp, of course, meta for a reason, but EDG could reclaim their spot as the gardeners of Lotus, as those improvisers of this map.
Yeah, well, brought over the new leaf. It's Very minimal investments actually from the side of DRG.
You don't
It's
cheer
not
for
like they
EDG?
haven't invested
I just want
anything, as
something
you can
different.
tell, like Vukashu got that
I root for the
sheriff.
narrative.
It goes in the hands of Spirit, and it's a 4-man train. Like this is not even high though. It's like high, semi-medium, medium, semi-high, high. Kind of
Medium
stat.
prone. Someone's prone from College A or something. No, with the spike going down now.
You can't hear the
What-
stream?
What was a high, semi-medium,
What do you mean?
medium low has now become a
Oh,
Congo
B-DOS.
line
You mean you can't hear
towards
my
that
stream?
C
Yes,
site,
that
but
makes
already
sense. I
aggressive
thought I
positioning
didn't read your
coming
name.
from the side of EDG. Vukashu's lurk not going to go. The vulnerable comes through, but actually,
Losable?
Spirits and Kangshu are good enough. Smoggy pushes the paranoia, does give away his position now, but does cause DRG some hesitation for Thought Spirits. No hesitation at all, though. Just happy to rush it down. But Chichu, it's a beautiful crossfire, and
Shot
with
by
the
Chichu.
remaining positioning, DRG are not going to have the time to get this round.
Well, not gonna have the time to get this round, but maybe they
Well,
were
they lost
hoping
another
to get
gun.
some time to get those guns, which is going to be a big boon for them. You know, it's the magic number. They kill 3 players off EDG, and while EDG does actually keep the rifles,
Come on, DRG.
maybe the fact that DRG are just dying to get those orbs are actually gonna help them a little bit. But I was just contemplating: do you save the guns? Do you get the orbs? It's like a very big consideration because it's not like you're getting vandals.
No,
That's
XLG
the
beat
one
them on
thing,
this
you know,
match
if it's
yesterday.
a
This is
Vandal, I would say
DRG's pick.
always save, but when it's
God,
the
that's an ugly
Guardian,
classic,
there's
though.
like a choice, because I can buy a Vandal. I'm gonna be buying full anyways in this round 3, so I don't need to worry about that. And when you look at the orb situation, they really probably would have needed to do that because on the side of EDG, it's only 1 off from Kong to get that overdrive.
Damn,
and
Bucky.
Gianni. Sorry, 1 off of Gianni. I'm so used to Kong playing Neon. my brain is absolutely Neon filled. On
So again, it's another kind of
Gianni got the orb, got the
aggro
overdrive,
play that they did on
and
the pistol.
they have a chance to speed this play up massively on the A side if they want to. That's why maybe flexing playing this aggressively is not my own cup of tea.
It'll depend. Maybe that cup of tea has been brewed to a perfection. That bag's just left long enough to simmer. We'll have to wait and see. But with no backup as well, if Flexen does just get rushed down here, he will fall unless the shots are absolutely pivotal. We see the
Oh, wow, nice play, EDG. Holy shit, that was good.
Well. Nothing gonna save you except
But a nice reaction by DRG, very fast.
Which they can.
They wanted to go for this B
deathmatch
split.
arena alive. Meanwhile, Chichu using all of that noise, all of that fear to try and push on, takes 2 out.
That was a
The
nice play by
positioning is
EDG, though.
absolutely stupendous, and now with that, all the space, all the control, and Smoggy taking Vukashu into the afterlife.
Well,
A little bit sloppy.
maybe
there for
DRG are just
They
shit.
really presented 3 single duels for the members of EDG. You don't really do that. And, it started off pretty well because after Gianni got the kill, they got good trades, but then that was the one for me that was the killer. Like, it was a lot of time for Spirit. They could have just waited for him and Picasso to play off each other. But they don't do that, as you can tell. EDG really, really hungry for that one. They have never, ever since China was given spots at international events, they have not missed any. Results, of course, were middling, but they have been China's main representative in the international circuit, and they want to continue to do so. They
Oh my
don't
God.
want to go down as one of the teams that will be forgotten
Well,
in history, but right now they are making us forget that they are.
it's not looking good,
I mean,
Dr.
yeah, you
G
wanna say
bros.
going down in history, DRG have very much been made history by EDG, and Vukashu now has to do something incredible, something impossible, and can.
Should have watched the RX Gen G. I saw Ascent be the fucking most defense-sided map of all time again. Fucking hell, do I want to watch that? I did watch Ascent, and I was bored.
4-0 already online. This wall
Predictable.
is absolutely beautiful. The shield getting popped, but Kangshu similarly falling, and no hesitation, no fear from any members of EDG.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see on those anti-eco rounds. You want to see full confidence. You're playing ISO. Like, I always thought, look, Kong is.
Yeah, not great. Oh, Chober's there.
For the most part.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing for Nongshim is now you're playing 2 out of the 3 maps you've already seen from the new Zeta roster, right?
Okay, starting soon that game.
No plus 25, no win. Unlucky.
I mean, to be fair, it looks like EDG have kind of woken up a bit, to be fair. Like, you're not playing against Eat Daglu. You're playing against EDG. You're playing against Edward and his friends rather than Eat Daglu.
That mental has to be such a big factor because we've only really seen one massive whiff spray, and it was from Neff in the previous season. Other than that, basically everyone's gunplay has at the least been satisfactory to completely insane.
Well, no more overdrive. They got the kill contact. That's why I see two players on the seas like Kong though taken down before they're able to use that ultimate. Good work on the off angle from Spirit.
The great thing about what's going to happen tonight is that I have FNS on my fantasy team. So I will be rooting for him again.
Nobody comes to trade all of it. Smoggy with a good kill.
I think I'm going to root against NRG, but for FNS.
So you can definitely wait and see what they can make out of that one. And they play another crossfire. It's a little bit stubborn for EDG to still continue committing util to that same position, but they really want to get a frag, and they'll be able to find two G2.
Why would anyone want to have FNS? Because he's cheap.
Devil when he wants to take,
and they might win.
EDG,
There's like a chance they win.
Once again, leading them to what could
and he's
be
cheap.
another victory, if not their counterpart. Has something to say about
Wukashu, the GOAT!
And the new guard will
The
take
plus
EDG
25
over.
win!
Oh my, anything you can do, I can do better. That's the Vikashu I have heard about. That is the legends that have been sung, the praise that has been put towards this man. Want to quickly say in terms of it, this crossfire was excellent, but the teams kept running out of bullets, and Chichu then punishing that with
Number
DRG,
9,
really
the
running
GOAT,
out of
but
life.
then
But Vikashu with the defibrillator, the Vandal himself
Vukashu,
stealing that round all the way back.
the counter
for
GOAT.
DRG, and look at the pain EDG have been caused. All of a sudden, you have to take this new blood seriously. You have to take this fresh face as serious as you would any other team. DRG are not going to go out of it so easy.
And Vikashu makes it look like he's cheating.
Go on, you can solo
part.
hold day, I
The
believe.
flick is so perfect. No adjustment.
I believe
needed
you
on
can
that
solo
third
hold
one
this
as well.
against Vice ISO ult.
I'll be
If you
real
get
with you,
Vice ulted and then
I
ISO ult,
think
you
that-
get your gun back.
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm thinking about it, you know, there are a lot of players that maybe in a different timeline, things would have been different. You know, you're talking about Rarga, you're talking about
Good.
Vikashu, you're talking about Sigetsu. Like, if they were had the team
Oh, it
together,
missed.
that could have been
And that
something
missed too.
very different for the whole world of Valorant. But for now,
Well, they just
Vikashu
wasted two
is
ults.
carrying DRG into their first round.
And it got them space, but, you know.
Good weapons for EDG, but they're very aggressive in the post plan. The drift comes in, but they need to be ready for the answer.
Yeah, they do.
Did he just come out of his ult?
Ready for the answers, put spirits, bury him in that mine. But of course, again, the big man himself, Vikashu.
What the fuck's he
We
doing?
get one as Kang is just good with these trades. He doesn't even need the bulletproof vest. He is happy. He knows those shots aren't going to find him before he finds you.
Whoa!
Only good for one. It probably wasn't going to lead into a match or a series point. A round differential. We got
Oh
there in the
my
end, but
God.
at the very least, it could have caused some damage to that econ.
Oh no, my eyes, my eyes.
My eyes. What are you doing?
They need to steal themselves, because that's the important thing. DRG. they
Bro
made it
gets
to
out of his
the
ult, and then
before.
what? Is
One
he
or
trying to
two
look like a
teams, I
clone?
think they want to go down, but they cannot let their nerves get to them. And well,
Here we go, the
DRG,
classic
yeah, look at that,
Vukashu.
still, it's a very close
This
game,
is
it's a very
classic
competitive game.
Vukashu.
EDG with their double duelist comp, we're always
Naked
gonna find the lead
rifle.
on attack. It's just about maybe trying to
Naked
minimize
gun.
that lead as much as they can. I think 5-1, 6-1 is fine, but they will really need to make good use.
Honestly,
out
I
of the
wouldn't be
options
doing
they're
this
gonna
one right
have.
here
So
because I would
Vukashu's
want
gonna
them to
have the
come
armor
to
getting pretty
Vukashu.
soon.
Let
Nick
him
is
just
only
try and take a
3
fight.
away from the Rolling Thunder, so if they're gonna able to find an orb, they're probably gonna
He would
be
have
one
gotten
round
two
away
there
from
with a
winning that. They're gonna have
classic.
that buy the gun round.
Genuinely.
And
But
the other
Stinger
thing
gets
to do is
2.
that I don't
Don't
like
even
this
try and
cheat.
tell me it
He
doesn't.
should be
You know
called
it
for.
does.
He knows where the omen is, but Kong again to find another opening for the team.
Oh, nice
Chichu.
try.
No, you cannot do that. It's actually Smoggy that saves him out, and Kong to swing off the DRG. Of course, we're on the weaker weapon.
Unlucky.
And it looked a little bit scary, but maybe DRG are actually just a one-man army at this point.
I mean, EDG are.
If I had to make a team of 5 duelists and run it every map, who would I pick?
We own this place. We own this space.
ISO for sure. Neon.
The position here.
Jet.
Smoggy. That position
Yoru.
there was no shenanigans. That shorty
I want as many smokes as I can get.
Any value from that position.
And probably Raze, I guess.
But EDG
Although
had it
Phoenix.
specifically read out. Do very quickly want to talk about.
Maybe
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
It wasn't the round that DRG were able to post, but they played around that kill contract absolutely excellently. Their positioning was very solid. Oh no, but this is not the position, and you want to see DRG or Spirits unable to use any utility to try and get himself.
Way little better? Yeah, but I think we want as many smokes as you can get, really. I think anyone who has a smoke of any kind,
first pick against EDG.
we can then make it work
They
somewhat.
are ready to test the Kasu now.
Between like Neon Wall, Jet Smoke, ISO Wall, Phoenix Wall.
Khonshu is on the board, but Chichu is going to keep the Kasu.
I'm just hoping we've got enough.
And dusted, so it's up to Spirit to try to buy some time for flexing.
Holy
Almost missed
fuck,
that shot.
bro.
Quick recovery
Aim
from
labs.
the Omen to leave
Get in the
Countdown
fucking
in
bots.
1-on-2. The place where he can use the double tap, but instead he will be double ding down by flexing to find that triple and to keep DRG in contest.
Okay,
I
we're
mean,
almost
it's a very
starting in position.
prophetic description of that util, the double tap, especially when Gang just gets absolutely flexed on by Flex, and here the positioning here was absolutely solid. That swing was excellent from nobody in
Did we need to go and push CT in a 2v2? What was it, a 2v2, I think?
Just cleaning this B site up, telling you no.
Maybe it's not the
we are
worst
the ones
choice in
that
the world,
bought
but
Lewis.
it
The
is
mortgage
nobody,
is
so.
ours. You are the trespassers on our property. So now
Hyunmin
as the
trolled
odds come back
VFL
online,
with a
we see Hunter's
19 and
Fury
24.
overdrive. There's a lot on the
Oh,
line
that's
for
rough.
both teams actually, and a super.
But that,
aggressive
honestly, that was the
EDG.
main thing I was thinking
And they
during the
know
game. So they're trying to
exactly
avoid
where
this
to bring
ISO
that
wall
in.
again, or are
They
they?
work with nobody there.
They got the clone. Holy fuck,
Is
they're
on.
cooking.
It's gonna be Kang up against Spirit. It's actually their clone. Oh no! I thought it was the Euro, but it's actually a clone. That's the kill contract completely.
Wow, well
wasted.
played
And
by
that was set up
DRG.
their
They've dealt well with the
Thunder.
ISO wall,
Didn't catch
but
the
then
connection.
EDG deal well with the
Completely
breach ult.
off the side, and now they're trying to use Hunter's Fury to deny as much as they can. Kong and nobody to seal that one off. It's Steven
They don't know where he is!
to maybe get it back. Flex
The
again.
flank, though.
No, there's
It's
a
not planted for the
triangle.
flank.
The timing on pillar, but Smoggy has the backstab to the backstab. Nick is already halved it. Nick is gonna see it down. They won
that flexing, what a play!
Flexing is a damn ninja in this round.
He was just in the corner. He was
I
on the
mean, Owen
box. He
says it
TP'd to the
himself
box.
Whenever he ults, there was no from the shadows used, but look behind you, EDG. That positioning, that patience from Flexing is nothing short of insanity. That TP coming through, that's one, that's two. You can see
Wow.
Kang lost for words, lost for positioning. The shots from Flexing were beautiful, and Nick to carry it out is absolutely filthy. There's a one
Oh my
for
God.
Flexing, but you can change that.
Okay, we've started. Let's picture you for a brief moment. Let's bring back Tiny TMV. Oh wait, did I mute this on that? Alright, hold on.
Very, very shortly after that dart is cleared.
Forward position here from 10-10. Waiting for it. Ivy strafing forward, and that's going to be the first kill found.
That's the deadlock on too.
Looks for a little bit more, and he's going to find it. Persia taken down. Not much damage suffered either. 74 health remaining here on the Neon as the plant does come through on the A site. Zeta.
I don't know which game you want to watch. I mean, we could have a
Takes a forward position, but immediately will get scouted.
poll if you want.
Oh.
I'm kind of ambivalent because both games matter.
She'll take able to find that in reply. Time starting to bleed away a bit. Shield popped here. Makes the L. Is Downbeat going to be paranoid up. Slides over to the side. Gets himself across towards stairs. Set here for the moment. Diffuse now being started. Widely. Some body blocking can just come through. Margaret does manage to find one, but right back onto the fuse they
It's
go.
a lovely Sunday afternoon. Hope chat's doing well. Can't wait for my goat FNS to play later today. He's got that too. Cat in him. Meow.
Goes towards C, and the B side instead
He's
is gonna
got
have
that
Khonshu.
cat
It's gonna
in
bring
him.
1-for-1. And that might change the pace because that's the big opening. That with 4 players, it's very difficult to cover 3 sites.
Yes, indeed it is, and as this door opens, Vukashu starting.
Come on,
to
Vukashu.
Yeah, the shock darts come through, fast lanes and everything. The Cypher trip
Nice.
destroyed, but Vukashu doesn't need the trip to find you. He doesn't need anything else other than the confidence in his shots. Chichu still stuck in the smoke. Smoggy, the only one that have gotten crossed. He knows that he's there, but Smoggy, the gunfight just going his way, and now this spike towards the C site, this retake coming through. It's a 3 versus 3 scenario. Chichu with the aggressive swing, absolutely going to find one flexing, trying to swing out of the door. Not going to find anyone with
Nice.
paranoia. But
Nice.
can find
Oh
everyone
shit!
at all.
They're back.
Top of
The
the line,
EDG are trolling. I was like, nah,
buries-
there's no way.
or sorry,
Nick's
it's
no
gonna
way
be
getting this
flexing,
kill. And then he
burying
did.
Smoggy, burying the hopes of what would have been a very, very
Come on,
cohesive
DRG.
first half, and now 4 to 6 for DRG. They
I
are
can
not
almost see
going
you. Can
down
you make
swinging.
your
They
camera
want to
smaller?
keep this as equal as
If I
possible.
wave in the corner, you can see me.
Well in that round.
Nova Scotia with
They
30
at
mon.
least get the one, and then
Sim clears these fraudulent
that was
teams.
everything that they needed in that kind of round.
Why are you
Goal
such a big
stood, the
Sim
crossfire
fan?
Came in from Flexen, and they're able to
Check
hold
the
it up.
poll.
You know, EDG definitely got their lead. You know, they got their 6th round on the board, and
how
what
do I
they need
do
to do
that?
from now on, just try to hold
View
on to whatever
results.
is left. It's gonna be this round with them.
Okay,
pretty much
DRG won.
investing each and every penny that they had left. into this
Unlucky. I
stretch.
mean,
Kamsu,
when it.
though,
Oh
has
fuck!
started again.
Zeta lost
Not
this,
the
the
biggest fan of
eco.
them playing
Holy
that
shit.
aggressively because they can completely be punished. Just back up. Yeah, exactly.
I'll
like
when
that.
it when we get
Hold
any
your
breaks,
ground.
I'll
You know where
switch.
they're coming from. Bide your time. Don't die to them. Instead, let Nick swing again and find another.
So any
lead
timeouts,
for
halftime
DRG.
break, all that shit will.
Yeah, I mean, indeed, you've
we'll
kind of
swap
got
over.
Gianni there having to look up at the ceiling, trying to find the utility, but it does mean. They're
But this
looking at
next
the
round
ceiling,
shouldn't
they're
really
not
be
really
around 'cause
looking
they
at
just
the
lost the
players
eco.
swinging
But then
them
again,
down.
you could have said that
Smoggy
about
now
the second
getting a
round too.
pre-fire. Vukashu
That's a big
has
win for
been doing
Nongshim.
Quite an excellent job.
It doesn't help
on
that it's
keeping
double
the
Lotus.
C-site down. In fact, doing such a good job. It's forcing EDG back onto this A site.
No way we're
back
watching these
towards
mid-Chinese
Flex.
things. Bro, if
Well,
EDG
he's
doesn't make it, that will be a
phenomenal.
big
Can't
story.
quite get the shot
That will
on
be
there
a
just yet.
crazy big
And
story.
Will back up with the paranoia. Actually swings off of it. Knows he's got 2 members. The breach stun comes through, but will not find anyone. As now it's up to Spirits to try and keep up with the rest of this swing. The Silver Drone and the paranoia forcing him off of this as EDG push towards this A site.
Yeah, there comes a point where too much aggression is a bad
And I
thing.
like
Right
being
now,
tiny
they're making
man's
their way
Valorant.
towards the A side,
I feel
towards
like
the
I'm
Countdown.
trapped.
Has used
You can
the
just
double
see me
tap.
here.
So all they need to do
I feel like I have to do a
Go
big
by,
movement for
bide
you
your
to
time,
realize
a
it's
few
me.
more seconds, and now that last expired, they try to push Countdown, but he's still gonna win that duel regardless. They're trying to route him
Oh,
out.
no.
Nobody is there for the help, and the Steel
Oh, no.
Garden is gonna steal off that round completely off of DRG. It's probably gonna be a 7. Spirit is a 1-on-4. He got no flashes. He got
Right, whilst it's a 1v4. He's not winning a 1v4.
Nongshim correctly identifying the weak side, but the door's open already.
He didn't win a 1v4.
Tap it. Couple players going to be seen here as they're just trying to fight out, but given just the firepower here that's available, not much to be done. As Ivy now noting Shota is just going to tuck in behind the mound, goes up over the top, tries to find something.
There you go,
Does nearly
flawless.
get the kill, but it's going to be a flawless from Nongshim as they gain the lead at 2-1.
Yeah, really clean from them. They're working them.
And Kang, I mean, that's the thing. Why are you looking
Okay.
at 15 and 7?
Look, if it's 5-7,
2-KD,
I
the
think they
next
can win
highest
this,
is
DRG.
10. You look at it towards DRG.
That buy is
Flex
kinda
is
horrible,
putting
though.
up a bit of a fight, but the rest of the team not quite up to where you would hope they'd be at this stage.
Well, they're in a good place in this stage, and you know, 7-5.
Oh,
pretty
you
good
missed
for
it
them. They
again.
evade the good contact onto the 1, but can they actually do that much more in this round? It's a quick step towards the ace site. Not a lot of investment. from
You
South
have
DRG.
your ult, bro.
Wild swing from Spirit,
What are you
but
doing?
Flexen and Nick to be the dynamic duel for their team. Instead, they're gonna be shut down by the paranoia, and it leaves it all onto Vukashu, main man, in terms of everybody's names. But it's a very big clutch. His position is known.
Unlucky.
If it's necessary.
Unlucky.
XDL playing so out in the open there.
Did you know that the
That's ISO,
first
that's
Duke
kinda
of
something you
Wellington
get
was a
away with
Tory?
sometimes.
His name was Arthur Wellesley.
Does have the shield at the ready.
Looking for the vice wall.
Trying to spot it out, but
Why did I need to
not
know that?
quite just yet. Situated over towards this A site. Considering going for the swing. They do so. XCL wins out the fight. And that's going to be the spike now identified. Now be just sending out a relay bolt quickly to clear things out. The undercut does come through. Margaret strafes over the wall.
TikTok ADHD brain rot vibes. The little Timmies are happy.
Spotted either.
I want to watch both games. I want to watch both games.
He knows the pressure is coming his way. Overdrive now going to be popped, and Ivy finds the kill. 4v4, XCL close by. Spike does get planted.
Now they got to play for retake. A little bit of util to use. Still the relay bolt. Still XDL has his shield. Paranoia. So a lot to work with.
Hasn't said it quite just yet, but I'm starting to bleed away.
In not complaining, him as
Zeta's gonna be
ADHD
taken
as they
down. get. Scouts out here for the squad, but Dammy on this turn of the corner instantly deals with XDL, shield and all. Ivy tagged up, but it's just clues.
Oh no, Zeta.
Swaps the weapons is frantically searching.
This is their
for a
map pick
target.
as well.
Lots of being able to find any here. Very limited. Damby will go ahead, strike him down.
Arthur Wellesley sounds
Nongshim starting
awfully
stretch
similar
the
to
lead now.
Arthur Weasley.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing
It
a
does,
really
doesn't it?
good job of kind of toying with Zeta's mind. Zeta isn't reacting quite the same as they were able to against Talon. And that's because Nongshim is applying pressure at different parts of the map and then making moves that is keeping Zeta guessing. And you can even see there with the positioning of that Vice Wall, because of the toxic screen, you don't know if they've gone to the other side or not. So that's something you need to rethink with that wall. It just isn't going to work in that spot.
Timeout. Unlucky. Poorly timed timeout.
Just me, or does TMV keep getting smaller? He'll cause a wormhole soon.
Is that how wormhole works? I mean, I don't claim to know how wormholes work, because do they even work?
Keep forgetting that you are on the screen and suddenly see Tiny Man's Valorant appear.
Spike, please. That would be nice, because my gunplay is my weakest part of my kit.
Well, let's see if DRG have good gunplay or if it's not gonna actually aid them. As they pivot over to attack EDG on defense, it's kind of a pincer towards that A side that they wanted to establish. They have both of their duelists on the B side, just Chichu single-handedly playing there towards C, trying to go for the jump spot. They waited the initial wave of util, but it's probably going to regenerate soon enough, so they need to make up some space. They have their eyes set up on Smoggy, who is going to be tested there with that stealth drone. They got the paranoia in hand. They're going to use the blind side as well.
Oh, okay.
Spears is going to find a trade,
Oh,
but
no.
they needed to answer for more. Instead, they weren't ready
Oh,
for the
no.
pincer from EDG.
Never
It's
A
gonna
fight
be
on a pistol
all
round.
blue as Kong, Gianni,
Always fake
nobody
A, go
will
C.
steal that one off.
Oh my days.
All fake C,
Depending
go
on
A.
on the momentum that is brought here, EDG may actually just find themselves with a sandwich built up, and it will be more fitting of an EGG, because that was a phenomenal first round to see. You see the neon, the relay.
Yeah, it's
bolts
not
come
looking
through,
good,
the
Dr.
position
G,
off the
bros.
smoke, the flashes come through, and this is what we were
Probably
talking about
needed
earlier,
that
folks.
pistol.
You know, we had seen earlier, it was in the previous series, that those types of fights were more kind of 1v1s, and that was a mistake that I believe it was Billy had made, whereas EDG there, all of them
Can
were
you
there.
make a more
That was just
tiny
big
cam
clump
version
of
that is
bullets
delayed
coming
10
through
seconds
could
and
not
it's
be
on
managed by
your
DRG.
right so you react to
Absolutely.
yourself in
Instantly as
tiny
well, you know,
form?
like they went for the full shot. That's 2300
No.
kills. 4 classics in total.
But again, maybe I will get a
Probably
little
could be
voice change in the
2300
mix.
and some if we see some kills.
Trapped in a
from Dragon
box!
Rangers, but I think walking into Ziani there is a death sentence. Good ding there onto Ziani, but they know that Chicho has got to be pretty close, and you know, they try to go for the back and forth. The door is open, and the pincer is on from Kong. It's only going to be good for the one. Maybe this is a chance, actually, for DRG to try to fish for more kills, because there was no shear on the C side, but they didn't pressure enough.
Okay,
And
it
the
should be
round
unwinnable.
probably
What's the
have
score in
stabilized for good,
Nongshim?
and
It's
that is better for
3-1.
EDG because they've lost
About to be
Kong,
4-1 by the
and
looks of it. It's a
they might have been
5v2.
under more pressure. It's just gonna be, will they check nobody or not? Because if they do, this round might
He
be
has a
very
Guardian.
different complexion.
The
Well,
problem
thank you.
is Smoggy is here to
there,
save him with
and
a
I don't think
bulldog.
Smoggy's gonna
But
even
he's going to
slightly move.
whiff
It's
this
all
first
about
shot.
how this first contact comes off. The double swing, but that just means 2 from the Guardian, and Smoggy is there instantly to put down Kangxu. No hesitation, no concern.
He did.
The first bullet, the first contact is made, and that means 3 players, I think, drop in less than a second, and that is the cohesion, the coordination, the trust. You had mentioned the shots there that had landed, the kill contract, not enough to save Kang, or sorry, the double tap, not enough to save Kang in that scenario, but
What the fuck is the
EDG
name
are just
Thinking Man's
walking away with
underscore
this. They are the
vagina?
kings of Lewis.
What the fuck is that meant to be?
Absolutely, and They're running this.
I don't even, or do I not want to know? Do you want to get banned?
From DRG. They'll need to make something happen here. They try to pick it up with the pace. They find themselves in the Gianni here, but they can't find the kill. Now they do. The flash is perfect. They come in from Spirit, and then the breach, of course, with their own flash. That's 2 for DRG, and EDG are still flirting the idea of playing around that small gong.
Okay, DRG, let's go. Let's go. We win a fight on A. We win. We win. Come on, DRG.
This is very aggressive.
Come on, Doctor. Prescribe a win.
And they were aggressing on the pistols. I understand the smoke spam is the current meta, but this was them just committing to that A-duel. It's like we live and die by the blade there.
Have you got the face paint? Are you going to put it on stream or jump scare us with it?
You know what I might do? Well, one, I might ask Sideshow if he's streaming, and then what I want to do, if Sideshow is streaming, what I want to do is the EG loud game doesn't mean anything. So I'm thinking we'll do what Sideshow did, which is you play Valorant whilst the Valorant game is on, and you replace the face cam with your Valorant game in the corner. So this, like here, where the Nongshim game is, that would be just us playing Valorant. And then I come on screen. So that's for the EG loud game. And then I come on stream with the cat face for NRG versus Lev.
For them because they were able to hold the aggression from EDG towards A. Maybe EDG will just change the position of their aggression, or even better yet,
Me streaming my Valorant games, I would find it funny to 5-stack troll with Sideshow. That would be fun, I think. I'd be his little fucking breach kitten or something.
You also have a 4-second suppression. No, it's not as big as KO. It's not as big as the other suppressions, of course. You know, when you also consider the stealth drone, but it is a suppression, and it can't actually stagnate your round. So maybe they can try to catch them in transition.
Sideshow won't stream today? Why not?
He
said he wasn't streaming yesterday. Is he a big Easter fan?
Still playing towards B.
Does he need to rise up? Is that why?
Kept a good amount of
I thought it was his dad's birthday yesterday.
They don't want anybody to make any advanced rotations. Instead, Chichu will be tested. A little bit of damage.
The Zeta people are going fucking crazy because they went around.
They will need to try to make something happen to clear their way in there. They beat in the perfect crash of the Kong. Spirit is out, but Gianni, instant on the trade, will not be able to find a multi-kill. And now they need to hold Flexin for a few more seconds until the rest of the team comes into the rest of the exec.
Oh yeah, we've been seeing that DRG have been playing around the Vise util pretty solidly in terms of like baiting the wall out, but they have then given up the frags regardless. Not exactly been the case this time. Finally, DRG able to create a little bit of space. Flexing, not exactly on the largest HP pool to work with, but everyone else looking very healthy as this.
Do you need a pocket sage 30 MV breach kitten?
I thought you'd be a pocket deadlock.
We see it exactly there now. The TP's just
no, I definitely wouldn't.
With the salvo, if he can stay
what rank are you accruing?
And get out to get this used. He seems instead just ready.
Why is the camera scaled for the picture-in-picture stream? Because I thought that would be funny.
Is absolutely phenomenal. DRG not biting just yet until they need to.
Let's go, DRG. Come on.
Exactly the moment the jaws snapshot.
Yes, let's go.
EDG.
Come on.
Beautiful play from DRG there on the post plan, denying any chance of the retake. Maybe like the positioning of the Tejo was the little bit of the nitpick that I would have, but other than that, it was perfect.
Got my bonkers reactions? I'll just fucking yes! Come on, DRG!
You lose the round.
There we go. Thanks for the 10 months.
Didn't really respect the
I dare you to play Throw City while watching VCT. You would probably end up with net brain cell loss each day.
I've played Throw City before, don't.
And then also countering.
Why do I support the team that's losing? Hello, Wolves are in fucking Toronto.
Are on the little bit of the half by here.
2-0-2-0, baby.
Flexen is fairly defensive. They got the paranoia of the own of the.
Come on, DRG, just walk A. Just walk A.
On the other side.
Go away. What's the score there? 4-3. Ooh, it's tight. Again, if Zeta with their comp playing, I mean, they're playing the same as EDG here. So if you want to know what their comp is, just look at EDG's. If they can get to 5 with that comp, they should be pretty good.
Who is actually gonna go down to a sliding Gianni. Maybe that's a little bit too much, honestly, on the stinger.
What's the chance Wolves are actually the best team in the world and win Toronto?
Fuck me, if they won Toronto, can you imagine?
And it should be pretty smooth sailing for me.
Should be, but now EDG have used this to try
Let
and
me
gather
hop
a
in the
lot.
5-stack if you need a fifth. I'll be the FNS to your SOM.
You'll be the FNS. If I'm not the FNS in a partnership, something has gone very wrong. Oh no.
But the paranoia is absolutely huge. The spray
thank
as
God.
well. Kangshu having to immediately go back and pull the weed from his garden that is Lotus before.
If
Kang
Wolves
can
win Toronto,
spray
I'm going
and
bold.
cause any more damage, because that could have easily started.
If
to
Wolves
spiral.
win Toronto, I'll actually become a Wolves
Now
football
we're
fan.
really getting into the real element
Unironic.
of this game where EDG might be tested. That's not fair. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie, man. That one is not fair. Like, it's a stinker. Like, it's actually gonna double dink you from that kind of range. Sure. But in reality, like, it's a lot of damage done by EDG.
You're not ready?
They
No.
will not actually feel that bad about that situation, because they've done a fair bit of damage. They were pretty close with a much weaker firepower. Now they got the firepower, they got the chance. This crossfire we've actually seen yesterday is absolutely can destroy teams, but the interdimensional drift is going to break it apart. They don't land a stun, but they land a shot on the shorty, and Spirit got a chance to back up. They got control of main, they got control of spawn, but Kong want to take a kill back to them.
Kang versus Kangshu. The shot initially goes the way of Kangshu,
Damn.
but of course that double tap as well.
Come on, big
gotta
retake.
do it again, and that is a tall order for anyone.
No,
So
why are we
that
pushing
minus
out? Okay,
three
nice
goes down by
Vukashu.
Chichu.
3v3.
Hall now gathered for the side of EDG. Vukashu trying his best, has always wanted to shut down the position. The
All
neural
revealed.
does buy a little bit of time to let that spike take down EDG, seeming a little bit confused. The double swing now coming through, but again, as the timer ticks down, this position
Nice
from
Vukashu.
Chichu, it's solid, but you can't hold it forever. Nobody's good for one.
Come on, go to
Paranoia
shoot.
from Flex,
Live.
gonna try and kill even more
The
time.
flash
Side
missed.
step from Nobody's huge, not expecting the double swing. And again, one person
Let's
to
fucking
seal the
go,
deal.
the
Of course it's
GOAT.
Vukashu.
The GOAT.
Much needed, and he will be that man.
How much are they paying you,
Of course,
bro?
You know, Vukashu, maybe not the best game ever on the defense. He wasn't a complete lockdown player.
It's not enough.
But the post plants is really where Vukashu has been.
Why am I an
shining in this
EDG
game.
hater?
And we were talking about how much EDG have been suffering on
Because
that
I'm sick
side.
of
So the
EDG.
fact that Vukashu is
Get him
able to
out.
hold that together is going to be very important for them. They tie up the score pretty much. You know, they're very close to it. They win this one, they're 9-10, and then they're within touching distance. But the real problem is EDG got 3 big ultimates to play for, especially if they're able to get Gianni rolling with the overdrive. That can be a disastrous round. So for DRG,
Sounding
I would
Brexit right there?
actually really implore them.
Saying
not
get him
just
out does sound
plan and
Brexit,
run.
but I
They
mean
need
just
to
in
plan,
terms
and
of
then
I
they
like
need to
seeing
expand
new
their football because
storylines,
they
new
can't allow
interesting
easy
things
entries
to
to
happen.
Gianni, whoever they're gonna be planting down when they're on this attack.
And like maybe
Absolutely, as
EDG could
well.
level
If you
up.
look at it there,
Like
you
that's the
have
thing.
4
They
rounds
could
off the
level
back
up.
for TRG. This was, I believe,
And Chichu is
4-10
the
going
GOAT,
into
but
it now. 8-10. Suddenly EDG are gonna have to start thinking a little bit harder. You know, treating this a little bit seriously, and Smoggy with the very aggressive peak with the buggy. We see the Hunter's Fury come through. It does get.
God,
a
I'm gonna
tag.
have to make a
It does
top
get
10 list
some
with
damage,
Wolves
but not
players in
quite
it.
enough for any frags, and that's enough for DRG just to decide, okay, we're out, but you don't have to worry about the Hunter's Fury anymore. That's already one ult expended.
That's
Let's face
crazy.
it, for not too much value.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Well, they get 2 tags.
If
though.
Chichu joined
Both
Wolves,
mid
I'd be going
and
fucking
selected.
crazy.
Players that
The
they really
songs
rely
I would
upon
sing.
in their entry packs, early relay bolt from Gianni. Spirit is opening the door. They might want to hit the seaside there. And as you can tell, the rotates are pretty quick. Not only Chichu there with the thorns, but they don't have a lot of time. It's only 20 seconds left. And they need to find kills on their
no.
cross. So they all try to cross
Well,
through
they
with
all
the
actually
shear,
did get
nobody's
through,
gonna
but-
find a double kill. Chichu is still on the side, but Vukashu might as well have saved the round there for their team. Unfortunately enough, there is very
Oh!
that's Smoggy! I'm gonna make it happen with the Bucky right up in your face, sprinting them down with those pellets.
Oh my days. I mean, there are times where you can get lucky with the Bucky, and Smoggy has done exactly that. Look at this initial start. Nobody comes through with the stinger shots. Vukashu tried his best jumping up here. Not at all expected for Chichu, but this 1 and 2 looking like Neon himself. Smoggy forgetting he's on that home, and he is not on Gianni's agent herself. But with that, the overdrive's been popped, but that is how you want to get a round back if you're EDG.
Yeah, and that pulls them up to 11. It breaks the economy of DRG. They, as you can see, Nick, only on the Stinger. They don't anticipate
Oh, no.
Concon, and that's
It stinks.
Vukashu down pretty early.
Is this them forcing though, or is this
Done
them?
so badly. That's all I wanted to say. We can continue this now. And oh my days,
Oh, no.
Kang just walking away. Chichu as well. They just needed that momentum, and oh my days, EDG.
That's vintage. That
Sad.
is absolutely vintage from EDG. You know, aggressive on each and every duel. They just win one-offs and they control the pace of the game. That puts them on match point. Of course, this is their map pick. No, this is DRG's map pick. So it actually puts them in a terrible position for map 2. Because as much as I like DRG, we have seen how good it is with EDG on the split throughout the season.
That's the thing is what you.
Okay, time out.
Line across, damage is very much something that's going to be taken down. Intent looking for another one there, blind. Nothing more to be found.
5-4,
Annihilation does get
close.
sent. No one grabbed up.
Tense.
It's going to now a 4v3.
Dumby with the
Dumby.
kill.
He's getting the one tap there, point blank. Wall to try to lead down the rope. Shock dart lobbed in, but not finding connection. Sugar Zero for the moment, held back here by Francis over at stairs. Zeta Division. A very difficult task of trying to get their way back into this one. Right now, just breaking down the wall at backside. Time starting to bleed away. Swing out. Downbeat on good for a third. Clues.
Oh, no
find
trade.
some stability. Cleans up
Okay.
Ivy. XDL finding another. But now, it's all alone. Doesn't know which way to look. Francis will swing out. Zeta make the.
Hello?
Doesn't know which way to look.
Okay.
He's somewhat there, you know.
Oh, no, I'm just tiny.
Thunder. He got
Well, the
other
map will
cannon.
end soon,
Maybe they
so.
can make something happen. They're gonna test the B side, the place where they haven't played the entire game. But if they take their sweet time, the rotations are gonna be quick off EDG. They knew that they weren't respecting the B rush from DRG, so they had the pincer ready. But now they disperse. And
Come on,
it's
Dr.
the return
G.
back to the C side that seems to have been the one place where DRG go each and every time.
I mean, it's the one. It's maybe the one place they can
So into a
see
C hit,
future
but
where
they're
they
running
get
into
this
Visal.
1-0 where they go to split with the advantage. Mentioning around as well, you know, Kang and such there in the back.
Bro, why's my
Hopping,
Yoru keep buying
the
Sheriff in
kill
these rounds?
contract on that B, not getting anyone, then deciding to use the undercut on A, not gathering anything there. So quite a lot of information gathered for EDG. The positioning, quite aggressive.
Now they have
from
breached
nobody,
tail,
making
so they
sure
can make
there's
noise
no
and
lurks,
take the
no
site
shenanigans,
anyway.
as we know though. It's a full commit. The Armageddon pops with the lower buy as well. Spirits and Co. very comfortably on the site, but whether they can keep it is a whole other story.
Well, Kong starts off strong there with
Reach
a
out.
pair. No double time. He is stunned, but they're still going to
Three of us are dead already.
On Kongshu, and the Sheriff is
GG.
only good for that single kill.
Over from Waterfall. As that shot on the Persia just narrowly misses.
Sad.
A bit of critical pickup. But now this backstep gets closer and closer as Margaret continues wandering forward, about to wrap around over by Waterfall. Waiting for the strike. Ivy holding close. Sugar Zero finding one with
Nice
that
by
arm.
Dumby.
He's in a committed position, finds his second. Can find no more. 7-4, Nongshim. Very much back in control here on the attack.
Yeah, I mean, Domby is all over the place, having just tremendous impact on the Neon. And, you know, when you put the operator on the Neon, makes things a little bit tricky, so they pass it over Sugar Zero, but you know, 1010 just swings around a corner and dies for his troubles. And as the side of Nongshim, you can just hold that tight angle looking towards C Hall and just spray it down, and very tough to get through there. Again, not a tremendous amount of util for Zeta to really clear through some of those spots. You know, you have to get it done on rifling. Maybe a good vulnerable, maybe a good paranoia can open a little bit of space for you, but you're gonna have to do more off the back of it.
Again, if Zeta can get 5 here, I feel good for them. Against this
Try to
comp
push
with
up off
theirs.
this drone. Is Ivy gonna be ready for him to be this close?
No trips behind at the moment. Ivy hasn't placed any of these sonic sensors.
God, I hate
There's
this
So
game.
he's
No
just
idea.
slowly continuing to walk in
Oh, no.
behind. Sees where the op is dropped now as the steel garden's going to be coming through.
Yo,
Spots on the
TM,
first,
Vias
pulls the
Pussy, and
trigger.
check
Persia
this
gonna
out
take
at
it down.
14:15
Here
your
behind the
mention.
door, is able to find one. As Dombey goes sliding forward.
I will.
B-site now looking to be the target. This is Zeta. Oh, Makes the L.
I've got to know the story behind the Margaret. I can't think of anything other than my year 3 teacher. She was like 75 and the youngest person I ever met with that name.
Spike here on the floor, but they're looking to fight together. They're looking to fight forward. Now they're segregated. They're split apart, and Margaret looks for it,
Well,
and he has it!
Margaret won that one. What's this video? 14-15 I mentioned.
For now. While driving towards the tower, I got raided by one of my favorite streamers, TMB. You probably won't ever see this, TMB, but the raid meant a lot to me. Thank you. And with chat now filled with people, I had to prove that I am a professional gamer. Most Souls-likes, I actually am not a huge fan of Souls-likes. Oh goddamn. Okay, I already... Okay. This encounter felt like I was back in 5th grade. Everyone was out to bully me. This encounter has not...
Bro, why he's putting more effort into editing than me? I'll subscribe to Tropical. Wouldn't take much to do that, that's fair, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll get your little
I don't
fucking
think
digs
that's
in
a
now.
very high bar.
Yeah. Oh, good one. Ooh, good one, Limbo. Oh, good one, chat. What the fuck's going on in the Pacific stream? Just keep buffering for me. F? Okay, it wasn't me. This one wasn't me. All the people are saying lag. What Chober's stream? It's just Chober's there at the event. Maybe his is working.
Holy.
Yeah, he's in.
Just very,
See, this
very
is the
patient.
cheat
Clues
code.
trying to
You gotta
figure
watch
out
Chobra.
what the setup is on the C site. Ivy still has his wall. Hasn't thrown that out just yet. The drone.
Just gonna watch Chober's stream,
There we go,
watching
what's
it.
going on? Contact on the other side. This is a little bit tough for Nongshim to read.
It is, but there's no reason to
stun.
overextend. Okay, you heard the shield. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. I mean, now you have to fight it. You don't have a choice.
Damage gonna be suffered. It's gonna be Francis collecting the first.
What a leader.
Take it
What
down,
a
10,
leader.
dead.
Oh, the
Steal at 7
cover.
HP.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna be tiny
Good for Zeta
TMV
to try to
next to
find another pistol
Chobra.
win. Take that first step towards running back to this map.
They popped the double tap and they just felt like they had to go.
Okay. I mean, just chill. We don't know
now
where the
it's
rest.
gonna be
Okay,
overwhelming,
nice.
surrounded.
Play the
Hit
numbers.
into the corner,
Play
show
the
them dead
numbers.
XDL.
Isn't this
I
so
mean, just
refreshing, chat?
net
We've
here
seen
at
so
his
many
feet.
teams this past week
And it's
not
gonna be
play
a
the
flawless
numbers.
This is
pistol
Valorant.
victory.
Let's go.
Heritage.
Let's go. Flawless pistol.
Get up
Easy
90
Zeta
word.
back to trolling D.
TMV's
Yeah,
watching my stream
I
and
mean, they're
Sliggy's
just all
watching
over.
my stream.
Zeta has an opportunity
Shout
at
out
the
to
Rumble
Sliggy and
fight, but
TMV.
can't
If
hit a
any of you
shot.
guys have any Prime subs lying
Nongshim
around, feel free to drop by my
just a little
channel
bit
and Prime
steadier
sub,
in
and
the
then you're
rain.
free to go back to Sliggy and
Able to
TMV's
find their
chat. Thank you
moment.
very much.
They're just shutting it down. I mean, I don't mind the idea from Zeta. You've got the shield pop. You use 10-10
Is it
to
good
try
to
break
learn
some
about
angles.
pistol? I mean, that just depends on how you play it. That just depends
Thank you,
on how
Mans
play it.
Terraria. Thanks for the 13
They're
months.
just peeked around, had to check the other side.
Yeah,
of
it's not
Rumble,
looking good for
made
Zeta.
Price.
All right, just
That was a
don't
flaw.
overheat.
Covering his ads?
Sliggy's
Nongshim.
watching, Domby.
Just classics.
Don't make him pull the red
Turn up
cards
the
back
pace a little
out.
bit here.
Trying
Don't
to,
do
some
it.
extent here
Oh,
at the
Margaret.
entryway.
Margaret's fine here.
Drop down.
Chobra will carry us through.
Able to find one, looks for the transfer, and it does connect. It's just an absolute meat grinder.
Let's
What are
go,
we even worried
Nongshim.
about? What are we
They'll
even
take
worried
him
about,
low,
chat?
but they cannot take him down.
Akuma, what are you
Yo.
doing?
To Akuma 2.
It's now 10
I think
to
it's just
4.
Akuma.
Zeta.
Thank you for the gifted sub.
We go into their
What are you
final.
doing,
So
Akuma?
much. Thanks for the support.
This is
Slow it
Valorant.
down. Nongshim
Phenomic,
super
thanks for the
sub,
17
the
months.
sub,
Thank you.
This match
Nongshim
is as
to
good as
Toronto.
over.
Rhythm Valorant with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for the support.
Margaret
Nongshim will remember
really doing
this.
well today.
Thank you very much.
Finds that little
Oh,
corner
thanks,
to hide
Rhythm.
in. And Just
Really
spray down
appreciate
with
it.
the spectators.
Defectors, yeah. Actual
By
defectors.
the way, there's an Odin here.
Damn.
You know what they did in
YouTube
the Soviet
memberships
Union to
too. Yeah, if any
defectors?
of you guys are watching on TMV and
Looking for the
Slee's
C's,
YouTube.
10-10, able to
No, but
avoid
memberships
that.
are
It's a
not
relay.
free.
TP
Prime
comes
subs
in
are
with it.
free.
Sugar Zero is there. Persia.
Listen, I did enough begging for money
Take
yesterday.
it
We
down.
can't do that
Zombie
today.
around the corner just in time.
See
to
you soon
avoid
with another gifted sub as
elimination.
well. Thank you very much. Back to the round.
Tagged up and has the regen shield.
Francis has
Margaret the
Odin.
whole time. He's been
I mean,
just
this is
pushing
such
space.
a strong.
Are you calling yourself the leader of the
Yes.
Soviet Union?
That didn't actually go through,
Stepping out a
Francis.
little bit
Chill.
early.
I wouldn't
Okay,
say
that's,
that.
Will
that's
be noted.
info.
Looks like they're gonna just try
Okay,
to
Zeta,
leave
you have to
XDL
win this.
forward spot
Francis
here.
is trying to decide if he wants to just like
Him play
fake
for these
rotating
flanks.
or not.
Prowler to check.
Oh, big catch, big catch. But that doesn't really give a good answer for Nongshim. It just means that you
Reading
can't
that
go
this is
for.
likely going to be just a lurk rather than the
fast-
full forces. Especially as 10-10 starts firing off shots over here
fast
towards C.
rotate.
Snakebite will hold them at bay for the moment.
Deadlock's here.
When you've got the deadlock
Got the wall on B.
at the entrance of B, so yeah, you can commit a little bit extra to the C hold. Still, you don't have any
Ivy has
information on
another
A
grab
Rumble though.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay,
Thinking
you
man's
wait, 'cause you know they're
communism.
stunned. I mean,
Sends it,
listen,
shorts
he
it.
didn't have info. I have the minimap. He doesn't. I yield.
Sensor
I
didn't get
yield. You
triggered
know
now.
they're in. Margaret with the pinch.
Their way forward.
Oh!
Margaret swinging out from
So
that
close.
back corner. He's able to find one, but solid reply from 10-10 and Showtime.
Oh, this
At
is
the moment,
with
he's
the
going to be the
Odin?
only casualty.
This is. Oh, unless they go B
Backpedal
for
over in towards the
us.
B side. The plant now coming through. Just a handful of seconds to spare.
Oh,
Let's
well,
push over the corner.
come
XDL on the angle.
Dombey.
Come on, Dumby.
Intercepts
Come on.
and shuts down
We
Dombey.
check those. Come on.
Just the
Come on,
Odin to
Dom.
contend with now.
Are we back on this?
It.
We are, but
Sensor
Joker's way
didn't get
ahead.
Triggered now. Trying to push their way forward. Margaret swinging out from that back corner. He's able
Oh,
to find one.
wrong thing.
Solid
Whoa.
reply from 10-10 and Showtime. For the moment, he's going to be the only casualty. They backpedal over in towards the B side. The plant now coming through. Just a handful of seconds to spare. Let's push over the corner. XDL on the angle. Intercepts and shuts down Dombey.
Just the Odin to contend with now.
Beep, beep, beep.
And XDL will be able to go ahead and win out that fight. So just one casualty. Zeta play the anti-bonus quite well. Given the Odin investment, it's a bit more costly, but still enough money to go ahead and pick up another one here for the side of Nongshim, given that the first 2 rounds of this half are flawless.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup there for Sugar Zero. Able to keep 10-10 alive so he can keep pushing that space. Just able to get ahead of that util in time. Very nicely done. But XDL looking still okay on the ISO.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, it hasn't been as good as it was against Talon.
Nongshim win this, they win the
12
map.
11. Needs to
Nongshim
win
win
some of these
this?
kill contracts when he gets
He'd give
to 'em.
anything for a Nongshim versus Swerves Toronto
Zeta can't be
final.
first, I think.
It'd be the Platt
Zeta
Chat
there,
Can
Derby.
they? No, yeah, they still can. No, they
It's
can't.
just going to be a quick pivot
Because
towards
their
B.
round diff is too
But now
bad.
you got the wall there.
Particularly if they lose this by a bit.
I don't think Zeta should press forward with this anymore. It's a little.
I mean, maybe
obvious
it's still
what's going
possible,
on.
but it required like
That's a good
13
amount of
hours.
damage. XDL just trying to jump across towards the door side.
Who ran this comp first? I honestly
Except for
don't
Regen
know.
Shield.
Does. It's 10-10, taking a bit here from the Odin. Taking even more from the Odin. It's just massacring him, and he hasn't even seen
Oh
a
my
single
God.
person. Francis comes up with 2. 10-10's at 5 HP. Persia's on top of the rubble. Doesn't manage to go ahead and find him, but it's going to be Sugar Zero and XDL. Try to clutch this out in a 2v3. Nami sends up some shots. They know that he's playing nearby. The wall to try to lead them forward. XDL trying to break things open. But
He
Nami
won
just
that.
breaks the shield. Slides in. Sugar Zero now needing to deliver.
Need Sugar Hero.
Top of the plant. Elbow spotted. 3 swings and Margaret is there. Refilling the space. Nongshim not allowing for Zeta to string anything together so far here in this second half. They'll move
Okay,
up
that's
to 11.
probably GG.
It's just so difficult for Zeta in situations like that. With Francis out in the open, you don't have anything to really clear him
He didn't
unless you
even
hit a great
kill the guy
paranoia
who's
or a
aiming
great
at.
vulnerable from the ISO, and neither do. The paranoia goes wide.
This is
Francis can
Valorant.
just sit there and
Kirya!
He
Kirya!
can just hold angles.
If Nongshim
With
makes
40
it to
months.
Toronto, both you and Chobra should go to the venue and have a boxing match where
Players trying to
Nongshim
take some-
plays against Wolves.
Well, there would be no guarantee Nongshim would play Wolves. And Nongshim won't be a first seed, whereas Wolves will. And Nongshim probably won't make playoffs. So, by playoffs, I mean playoffs in Toronto. They probably will make playoffs in Pacific. Okay, we're on We're on split. I might watch the end of this map. This is why SK Rossi is better than Tens. Says one YouTube chatter. Fuck, back to tab.
Not much room to maneuver now. Not much room for mistake.
Away you go. Tiny TMV.
Very much fitting to the name. Very split.
Yeah, and Smoggy found a really good timing. Nick spots him on the angle, but that space bought over for EDG, where they can play around it. They try to use the suppression there, and it's Paranoia as well. And Gianni completely dismantling that take. Him and Kong Kong will take over the part of the map, but it's good trades from Picasso and Spirit. And they needed to keep that one close. Still though, 2-on-3. Spirit pretty low on health. And Kongshu doesn't have the salvos yet, and it's a full rotation towards on the A side.
Oh,
So
Zeta just
if
lost
they
an
get
ice ult
Smoggy,
as well.
They might have a good chance, but the problem is,
Still,
I
they
think
should win the
Smoggy
map
knows
round.
that he doesn't need to do much. All he needs to do is just to be patient in this part of the map.
1v2.
Yeah, just lurk, be a pain and all.
Oh my
There's no
god.
timing. Don't play with your food.
Oh, this round's over.
Smoggy, nearly the opportunity of a lifetime for.
Oh, that round's over too.
So clean, but
Right, fuck watching a second round. Let's watch the end of this.
Yeah, immediately got Domby swapped over to that Vandal.
Enemy C. Last player
Ivy
standing.
able to react to the push out from 10-10, but got a nice kill sliding through. Well, okay. Need a little bit more of that. I mean, I'm glad you're very happy, but you're still 5 rounds behind.
Yeah, there's still a hell of a lot. It says, okay, no judge this
Watch
time.
him on an eco though.
Lucky. Still a classic for Domby, and has an overdrive behind
Why,
him.
oh, why is my
Everybody
camera so
trying to be
small?
Mr. Fallen now.
Good question.
Ooh, Paranoia. This could be pretty monstrous. Tap of the door. Ends up sending it. The slide forward. Domby misses the first pump, so Schultz able to find him. Takes him down. Ivy is able to find another one as it's just complete and utter chaos here in the round. Suddenly a 2v2. Sheriff's in hand. The Paranoia across. Francis doesn't know where the hell he's at. And Margaret, he's hitting him in transit, and he gets the headshot on the slide. What in the hell just occurred? Nongshim are now up to map point. They've got 4 ultimates. And I don't know what's been happening. It's a thrifty.
I mean, it just gets a little out of control. And
A
that's
little.
very nice. I mean, look at, they're bouncing across. You can't do that there. You got to peek that corner. They're going to punish you if you do that stuff.
Margaret is a tyrant. I'll say it again.
He is.
This guy's
But you can't give them those opportunities.
absolutely insane. Pit now in play.
They have 4 ults here. This should
Sonic
be
Sensor set up
GG,
within this
really.
one. There's the drone. Blind shot attempted, but tucks back in. Has not been spotted.
They just spam that corner. 10-10 might just go down. They're going to back off of it.
So they thought it wasn't worth it.
Just seeing if maybe could bait a reaction out of Nongshim there. Maybe you could get the wall to come out from Ivy. But the discipline, it's been off the charts for Nongshim.
Shooter, you can't die before using your ult this round.
Him and Zeta in a standoff.
It's going to be a timing here. Gets that
Hello?
across on a 3. Looking for the relay bolt stun. Now the overdrive going to be popped off. He turns his sights back in towards B main. The Paranoia is absolutely gorgeous. And Domby is absolutely shredding.
GG. Anyone got Dumby?
Picks up the 3rd. Looking for the 4th. Looking for the finisher. Sugar
Could have
Zero.
got an extra point there,
We'll
son.
deny that away from him.
30 seconds left.
There is no denying this map.
Okay, map over.
On to Gianni there, no concerns yet, but the position very much controlled for EDG. This spike, of course, going to get planted again. The drone comes through.
Well, that's a win
Chichu
by
backing
7
up all
rounds
the
for
way,
Nongshim.
trying to
I think
get
that's
sorry, the
about what
smoke
they
as
need to
well.
average
Will
to finish
get
first.
out, indeed, will not
So
get
let's hope for a
spotted by
stomp
him.
map
The
2.
shot's not quite there, though. That's
The
pivotal.
Nongshim
He's
finishing
high,
first
gets
is still on.
timinged in that corner with the utility out and now. With the refrags coming, Kangshu is actually able to find it. The trades no got Chichu with this lurk hiding away
And this
from
one
the drone
seems pretty
all
over
those
too.
seconds ago is going to be the reason they can put another round on the board.
Who's allowing Chichu to be that devious? Who's allowing Chichu to get this many multi-kills and post-plants?
Why EDG playing ISO and split? Because they play a lot of ISO now.
And he did well enough, you know, on that situation in the round where he was able to inflict some damage, slow them down slightly, but Chichu, just perfect timing, perfect aim. And DRG, after losing their bonus, now they're put in a very tough spot where maybe I would honestly take a timeout when if they lose the second gun round. Just take a timeout very quickly. Try to mental reset the team because this map is their final chance. And right now they're not.
Right now it's not looking good, son.
To the best extent, and you know,
Kankan
even
could
over those
ISO
angles,
someone here and
things are
basically
slightly worried
guarantee
about.
them the
They
round.
need to be taking early duels. They cannot only play on site because the duelists will just have enough use on the space to work them out. But one shot there from
Instead, they
Kanshu.
might lose the
They're
round.
trading well.
They will lose
for
the round.
numbers. Kanshu with a double. Spirit with to find his.
Should be
And
using ult there,
EDG
really.
might have just been called out.
That's the thing. I mean, you mentioned it. I was quite surprised we didn't see the timeout come through on this round.
So that's the
maybe
problem with
DRG
that
not
comp,
quite
right?
needing
Is you've
it right
got
now.
no
Chichu can
flash.
only
So when
find
your
himself
neon
some 30
slides
HP.
in there,
That
if
is
you do
not
just die,
going
you
to be
don't
enough
really
to
have
survive.
too much to help other than like, if the omen flash doesn't hit them, you're just kind of fucked. Because when you're running in here, right, you've got neon wall. I mean, we don't even omen flash, I don't think, but you know, in theory we should. But you're gonna run down one lane. You're gonna omen flash the second lane. But if they're here, and they can be on a high-low here as well. Like if they're up here, and you've omen flashed this, and your neon's running here, it's like, well, I guess maybe you vulnerable one of them. I don't know, but
On Kankan, and they can definitely use it where they want. It seems like with their positioning in water, they might want to catch a kill contract on A if they commit to that part of the map. Seems like that will be the case. But it's gonna be a shoot. It's straight down Chichu through the first cage. And that's the big lead for DRG, because now look at EDG. While they were initially scaling up aggressively, they slowed down a lot, especially on mid. But that 1-2 between Gianni and Kangkang can still cause havoc here.
Full util on board for both the members as well. The undercut, as you said, you know, completely destabilizes, prevents any sort of utility. Shutting it down the split. Okay, Gianni looking towards vents initially, now Kangkang and them both in the shop, just waiting, but this crossfire is very solid from Spirits. The shield is going to get popped.
Did he get the clone again? He did.
Meanwhile, on the spite,
They got them again.
Co just trying to fight out. Nobody's good for one. Spirit's good for another. I believe the deathmatch arena does go the way of Kangkang, which is absolutely pivotal. Gets that bullet for shield back on, gets the spike unloaded as well. Can't shoot in the smoke, gets the shield refresh, but Vikash is too fast, and the 2 versus 1 for Smoggy.
No, he doesn't have time.
Made their way through
Nova.
towards the side itself, but of course the spike is up there.
They've
on
dealt
stairs.
with these ISO ults
Vision
really
for
well,
a fact, he's
DRG.
gonna be heard
Multiple
once he uses
times
the
they've
step,
either just
and now
full
they know where
avoided
they
it
are.
or
He
just
can
had
hold it
their
together.
clone and
They
take
don't
it.
give him the peak, but they get the right timing, and Vukashu's
They've
gonna
absolutely
find the
destroyed
triple.
these ISO ults.
He
I mean, obviously, again, it's
DRG
pretty
in
telegraphed
this
because you
game. He
hear the
started things off
fucking
in A. He closed
shield
it off
noise,
in
so you
B,
know,
and
like, oh,
DRG.
he's about to pop
Well,
it.
that won't happen every round, so I hope that they have better plans for when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it really does, to be honest. It looks like actually there, I want to say, I don't think Kangkang actually walked away with a kill in the deathmatch arena, which is very rare. Somewhat, I could be mistaken, but I think the timer literally just ticked down, which is a kind of a smart way of doing it if you want to just play.
Now
that
that's a good
super
Valorant quiz
patient,
question.
that
How long
super,
does an ISO ult
you know,
last
conservative method.
before you both
it did
die?
actually seem to work out for DRG, so very well played for them now. Ultimate's still online for both sides. We've got Nightfall from nobody, one off Overdrive, one off from the Shadows. Here we go. We see it fall. We see the fast lane come through from Vikash.
Now you're in trouble. Just running into trips.
Back to the next round.
Well, Vukashu again. He's a master of the smoke. He is a criminal right now against EDG, and their crime will be punished. They're judged, they're juried, but nobody will execute him but Spirit.
Oh my days, smokes are but a mere suggestion for Vukashu in that.
Why am I hiding
look at
Chichu?
that. No, he
Fucking hell,
doesn't need
people
to
need to
see
just
where his
chill
enemies
out.
are. He just appreciates the walls that he is given, but instead is just pure gunplay there. And Spirit's
It's Easter, bro. Chill.
being just completely collapsed upon, and DRG very suddenly not needing a timeout and forcing EDG to have.
If DRG wins a pistol, yeah, if they could win a pistol, they might have a chance in this game. Unfortunately, they have refused thus far. Is Saka playing for Arsenal? He is. Let's go. We like to see it. Why am I not at church? Because I am not affiliated with any religion. Although I was christened, but yeah, but I worship at the Church of Valorant. The Church of Vukashu. Do regen shields need an upgrade? How would you upgrade regen shields, though? The thing about regen shields is they just don't make... Unless you change the number that they regen up to.
That was a setup that Lifesaur had done previously and was pretty damn effective. So
I think regen shields would make more sense.
Another thing the EDG don't really
as a 150 regen shield that costs more than heavy shields.
The Cypher trips with there's no shock darts, there's no Teisho, there's no breach.
Then they might actually have a use for when you're like super rich.
With a gun or with your face, depending on which one. Obviously makes contact first. Kangshu just chilling in these vents. Very solid setup. The breach stun as well, but Kang, even with the stun, can still find his shots. Trades 2 for 1, which is something, but Nick with a very aggressive corner. Of course, the gun's not there really for EDG, so it's all down to Kang now. 3 versus 1 does have the spike and the deathmatch arena, should he want to pop it.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be the time to duel yet, because he doesn't have the double.
Wouldn't that make snowballing easier when a team has a lead?
Sufficient for Vukashu.
Yeah, don't give him a lead.
Staying covered beyond the screens, you can see
Win
the
pistol
that up close against them.
Not if it costs like 2,000.
Spot the right pixels to shoot the head of Flixen or Spirit. Flexen is really close by, but they let Kong slide, and I think Vukashu is starting to catch on.
I don't know. They just don't make sense, because it's like
position. With Kong breaking
the chances of them
that could be a problem. Now
getting value is so small.
As much as he can. Vukashu knows where they are, and they're gonna quickly
just never worked.
And it's DRG
apart from maybe like second round
in this split to garner a lead to themselves.
Well, like forcing out pistol, I think is quite good.
If you're Kang, 20 seconds
like against ecos,
well.
it's pretty good.
Even if you get it, you still
like,
get the plant and then do a 2 versus 1. That positioning as well towards.
It kind of goes against the whole reason of why light shields are good.
Just solid
right, light shields are good because 120 is an important number in this game. Right, so like if light shields was 121 instead of 125, they'd be pretty much like they'd be just as good. Right? The thing is that 121 is kind of your crucial number. But the thing is, like when you go from like 125 and you minus 120 and you go to 5, when you add 25, you're at 30 and you're still one shot. Like this is the fundamental problem with regen shields. Right, or if you take 2 Vandal bullets and you go from 125 to 45, plus 25 to that, and you end up at what, 70? Well, you're still 2 Vandal body shots whether you're 45 or 70. It's like, you haven't done, like most of the time you're doing nothing. Unless you're against an eco and the numbers are different.
On those one-on-ones, very confident, very capable, and it leaves it all.
Or unless like people bought non-rifles to the extent that they.
And the smoke's not there as well. The flashes. And
like if genuinely every round, like the guns were, someone has a bulldog, someone has an Odin, someone has a, whatever.
Forcing the members out of guard, but they
hold on, EDG are kind of getting spunked here.
The snatch comes through. Kangshu finishes it off to try and get this frags down, but with 2 members alive still for DRG, it's Chichu to do what Vukashu is expected to do. And with that upper-lower angle, unfortunate for you, as it's 5-3 DRG.
Make it 35?
Honestly, kudos to Vukashu.
If it was
there.
35...
Moved over to that B side, got the right read. I don't know whether it...
If you're on 135 and you minus 80, so you're on 55, you plus 35, you're on 90, which is good. If you're on 135 and you go down to 15 plus 35, you go to 50, which is good. Yeah, well, I mean, that would solve the problem. You'd need to make it more expensive,
will be
though.
a very weak buy for EDG, and unless they are able to replicate...
But yeah, if it was 135 and you made it like 850,
this half might run away from
and you regen 35, then yeah, it would be worth buying
5 rounds
sometime.
back to back for DRG so far, and once you move over to that defensive side as well, EDG may struggle even further because DRG can just control the pace of the utility, and such being pushed through EDG. A very solid push towards this fence here. We do of course see Smoggy lurking towards
135 heavy shield, there's no point.
Not going to have any
You still died to 140s.
that angle for shot.
But yeah, that probably would make
the rest
heavy
of the team are
feel
going to follow
worse.
such. They're going to try and get as many frags as possible. Nick immediately shuts it down. Jenny,
Yeah, I don't know what you do. Just don't add them, it would be my... What the hell, they lost that? How are they losing this round?
Pick up 2 on the site, and with the neural theft online, suddenly advantage very much EDG.
Well, that Thrifty is starting to become a reality. EDG are on. Interdimensional drift is there. They know where the tripwire are. Chichu still trying to hold on, and they're trying to send it. The paranoia is used, and they're trying to push Spirit, and 2 will go there, but he couldn't bomb them down. Instead, leaving it to Flex.
And number 9, the GOAT.
Able to get past Chichu. Another multi-kill from the Sentinel, and both Cyphers have been carrying their teams on their backs in those late rounds.
I mean, absolutely phenomenal play there. Very aggressive from Kang, not quite working out. The shots just working so solidly. The positioning from EDG and the neural theft being popped. No concerns. It's a 2 versus 1. You want to guarantee that. You cannot afford to let any more rounds out of your way, out of your hands if you're EDG. And DRG now, still very solid economy. No ultimates really online except for that overdrive for EDG on Jenny there. So if they can make this work, EDG may be right back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and I just feel for DRG in that round because maybe they should have won that. They wasted a lot of youth.
Oh, Spirit, nice.
A lot better from Spirit. They tried to push
Clean.
the Yoru, but
I don't know what EDG are doing
there.
there. That seems quite
weirdly enough,
strange.
They didn't have Kong Kong in that initial push, which
They're just fucking
one of the
running
things
up.
that I expected them to hop in, but they commit Kong Kong towards theirs, and it's all the kills coming over
Well,
for
it's
EDG.
looking pretty clean here from DRG.
Leaving just nobody.
Then you need
And it
Vukashu
will
this
be
round.
Completely nobody now, not just the name, but the case, because EDG are gonna go down, and that's the half tied up bare minimum for DRG.
It is getting a bit quiet on this split now. The concern starting to mount for EDG. DRG had started a bit rough, leaving away those 3 rounds, but now it's basically been a DRG show with EDG sitting in the audience watching it go further and further away and potentially closer and closer to
DRG look drilled. I mean, yeah, it's looking pretty. I mean, they lost against that eco as well with a big whiff, so. But they won that round. This could have been a dominant half. Probably won't be dominant now, but
the push towards ramps already begins. Gianni,
they're on an eco again. This is a good chance to
as soon as physically
get to 8.
I can smell the deja vu from last round.
And then you would think, looking at EDG's comp,
They
like,
tried to push it. Good work on the special
it's not the
delivery,
best
combined
defensive
timing.
comp in the world, is
They
it?
try and use the salvo, and they'll push it away. Good work on the Gianni, but now a lot is onto Vukashu. Not to die out of that one. That's an
They should win this
excellent
round.
spray down from Nick, and they've taken the site over. But unlike the last time, they were weak on buys and they had a hero rifle. This time around, they don't have a lot of numbers advantage.
King
They're
should be
relying
grabbing
on
the
Kong
ult
to
there, I
maybe
think.
do that to them, but there is a
Trying
camera
to make sure that he has
on the
ult for
other
next
end
round to
that
start.
should spot the ISO. They still got the double time.
Now
but
Spirit
they
wants a
got the
kill
right
or a death
timing.
here to get
Spirit
ult
is
as
still
well.
looking at that corner, and it seems that they might have sniffed out the presence of Kong Kong, but now they leave it no guard, and Kong Kong swings. He finds all 3 with that Sheriff, and EDG are on the cusp of making it back-to-back Thrifties. Chichu will do it. That 2 leaders take EDG over the finish line.
Oh my days. I mean, you gotta say it. We've been calling him, of course,
How
his
have
name is
they
Kang
lost that,
Kang,
man?
but we're
How has
adding
he
a
got
third
3?
K for that
How has he
3K.
got
That's
3
Kang,
with a
Kang,
shirt?
Kang, and can he do it? Yes, he
Oh
very
my
much
God.
can. Those 3 shots are phenomenal, and that's all Chichu needs to jump off the backside. Look at that hype. Yeah, get that. That scream, that clutch. Look at the hype.
Oh my
ladies
God,
and
I
gentlemen.
can't
That is
believe
what
you've
you
just
wanna
lost
see.
that.
And EDG are now going to try and make this
As if he
6-6
got
for the half.
3. He got
This is
3.
Valorant.
This is back
The
to
Joma,
DRG
thanks for the
losing
22
against,
months. He got
half
3.
five.
Fuck, I need to just. I
And
need
this
to.
doesn't work
Fuck.
out so well for them. They will need to find some answers into this one. This is the final round of the game. They got the interdimensional drift, but no other ultimates. On the other side is 3 big ones. Overdrive, Nightmare, and the Contract. And
Oh,
there
no.
comes the first. Gianni able to find the headshot there on the back of the K coming in from the Nightmare.
Did he
And
hit
now they
anyone?
try to
Did he
find
miss
the
again?
second to hold on for that first duel. But still a lot more is going to be asked out of that Omen. The rest of the team comes in, but Kong Kong again to really
Oh my God.
decimate any
Bro.
hopes for the Dragon. The Dragon Slayer is out
Bro.
for business.
The
And
Dragon
DRG
Slayer, that's
are
fucking
going to be
bars.
slain by that man with the perfect shot.
Oh my god, no, we're adding a 4th K to
Holy farm. We started the Nongshim game. We have Nongshim 2-0 up.
Sight, they're just gonna be able to crunch down on top of you again. They've got stars at the ramp.
Boy.
Oh god.
Okay, this time not going to be able to find the kill. Puts Shota and XDL down dangerously low on HP though. Stampi on the swing out, unable to find the kill there on the 10-10. Just going to be forcing the gate crash back over into Art.
You gotta try to put a little bit of pressure over at B. I'd like to see Sugar Zero with that weapon advantage that he should have with the Vandal. Get some info on that angle instead. Just gonna double down on A.
Swing out, Shota going to be finished off. The flash connecting. XDL able to find one more, but 10-10 now going to be lost. 3v3. Vandal in hand for Dombi. It's 25 seconds remaining.
Oh, what?
Unable to find the kill. Monstrous advantage now here for the side of Nongshim as they look to get a bonus conversion. The spike will get planted on the B site. And Sugar Zero just setting up the Nebulas here.
Spike planted.
The plant now in play, but weapons scooped up. It's gonna be full forces coming at them here.
They passed the rifle over to Persia. Got full HP, just let Donby lead the way. This is
Going
tricky.
for the big flank.
God, Sugar Zero so close.
Playing right up against him.
Why are you
Dodges
going
out
in
those
while
bullets from
he's
the Stinger.
fucking in
Concussed,
astral form?
Connecting, but does safely
Time?
get
I mean,
tucked
you don't even
back
have
in
time for
towards
this
Halls.
flank.
Sugar Zero just trying to hold the line. Time is starting to tick here on the spike. Sugar Zero finds the headshot.
Yeah, poor
Finds
decision
the
by
follow-up.
Francis.
Snappy to pick up the 3K. Zeta suffer some heavy losses, but do not allow for the bonus to get converted.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be some way to deal with this A main control, though. Going forward, this is not a recipe for success. You can see that they can just throw util into that crunch. Whether it be flashes or stuns or whatever. Sentinel util to delay to keep you from walking down that ramp from Link. That was a necessary step up from Sugar Zero. You need more of that. He has his Cosmic Divide now. Operator, though, for Dombi. He's going to plug up the art gap that had been left. They've been giving up that space somewhat willingly. Again, though, they've got early A main control. Nobody's pushing art. Everybody can just slide B. They know.
Wentz Mania, thanks for the 25
Two
months.
players across.
Wentz Mania, is Wentz retired now?
Not
Is
falling
he
for the
fully
clone
done?
here.
Is it official? Is Wentz Mania dead? You need a new name.
Taking a pause.
Stealth drone checking once
You need
again.
fucking-
Just gonna see that this is completely emptied
I
out.
don't even know. What would it be?
But you can keep leaning B. Your alarm bot hasn't been tripped in art. Stealth drone just
Cousins Mania is what you need to be
Cosmic
called.
Divide does come through. It means they have to pay credence to Persia's potential position here behind the screen. Couple shots flying through. Looking to try to stave them off. Dombi finding one. Persia
Persia
comes
got
with
both.
two. Who's a 10-10? Both get taken down. The spike now. Stranded. Sugar Zero
Well played by
trying his
Nongshim.
damnedest, but just gets absolutely hounded down.
Good round by Nongshim. Oh fuck, I
Only the
literally forgot about the other game. How are we doing?
Time.
Time.
Keep him alive for that time being, because I think he
Time.
will probably be left for dead. That's an excellent right click from Flexen. And that leaves him
Time.
swing wide, but missed the shot onto Smoggy into the last 5 seconds of that round. With Chichu is in a 1-on-2. They drop down. They could have given it a chance. They could.
Oh yeah, they could have lost that. Weirdly.
You've got a main control as usual.
Timeout. Okay, never mind. We're watching this round.
That is a decision and a half, and something you cannot afford to make at this point now, to just let that slip away. You're going to have to move on and just forget it if you're DRG, because look at that. That is unfortunate stuff there. EDG could have just made it. You know, that patience. Oh, you can see the absolute fear on the coach's face. No shocks there that it does show up. And one thing I want to very quickly point out is Kang on this defense now. That double tap, the ISO bulletproof shield, it does have a duration. DRG are going to want to try and force it out sooner rather than later, and then let it expire. If you wait for those like 20-second pushes, Kang essentially can take an extra shot, which you cannot afford to have him take, especially when he's been playing like this. It'll be Chichu to pick up the frag, swing over, Vikashu nearly can do too, but not going to be enough.
Yeah, and now double tap comes in. They try to go for the flash, and Kong seems to be kicking into full gear in this series. Him and Smoggy are going to control the remainder of those players. Not really the best of firepower, of course, on the side of DRG, but it is always an excellent time to boost up your momentum. And that's one of the things about EDGs. Like, I feel like when they're in the mood, you see them.
It's not looking good.
Like a lot of the other
Dragons.
you see them like game face, poker face, completely that focus.
The end of the first
EDG
half
are
into
their
this,
element when they're having fun.
they can't win a pistol.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it is a game after all. Yes, of course, there's pride, there is money, there is everything imaginable. But at the end of the day, you know, having that fun enables you to keep that mental up. Even if you do make a mistake, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying it, you're not letting that stress completely get to you. You do work around. And we mentioned here, you know, the salvos and such. Chichu able to
He's gonna
pick
put
up
the trip in mid instead.
the Cypher trips just to make sure they aren't getting lost, but he can't really replace them in time. So now the Cypher cages are working without any additional backup. No one on this B site other than a single lone Cypher trap. We'll have to see if DRG bite or if they're going to continue just playing this as patient with this smoke cutting them off.
Yeah, and unlike
Should I put that drip back down?
They didn't make. They actually made
haven't moved here, EDG at all.
Like EDG, who are completely silent in their advance, but that won't stop DRG from taking over that B site. What that actually will do is initiate a very quick double tap from Kong, and it's almost halfway out. I feel like he used it too early, and he'll be punished for it anyways. Does not spot Spirit on that angle, and that's the 15th
So
for the
go
Euro.
Omen
Still
flash.
need more for the ultimates. No ultimates coming in from either side now because the kill contract is gone. But they try to speed up with a Neon. They almost find the Death and excellent spray control on the Omen. That's the second there for Flexen, and it's gonna be Smoggy as well.
Wow,
to find
Flexen
the
somehow
kills,
lived
and it's
through all of
only
that.
the Omens on the kill feed for the time being. Smoggy will even add to it, but it's still 1-on-3, and I feel like it's too little too late for Smoggy to do anything. He's just wishing for his lucky stars for those sprays to connect, but that will not be the case.
Okay, Zeta won a round. A little clues 4K.
To get the Red Bull clutch and get Zeta their second round win.
What was
my.
this?
That is absolute madness. I want to see the shot from 10-10. Persia there just playing anti-lurk. Profits, Ivy being so annoying, but Clue slips the net. Gets through the smoke, gets around the
They
backside.
lost against the Nico.
Yeah. Clues has been really good in clutch moments during the offseason and had a couple here.
Oh, that's rough. Okay, big round.
Space allowed for you, and now with 8 on
DRG
the board
lose this,
for
it's an
EDG,
eco, it
7
probably will
for
be
DRG,
10-7,
it's
and that will
close,
probably
but
be
EDG
GG.
may very much be able to start walking away with this.
Oh, they'll need to aid Kong a little bit more, I feel. Gianni has been having a very quiet game. Same can be said for Nobody. And we're starting to see some of the shades that we've seen in the games against XLG, where maybe it was Chichu on that day that was completely trying to have the carry performance, but it wasn't enough from just Chichu. Now they got Chichu and Kong, and maybe that can be enough. The deadly one.
So again, it's just looking like a
be
bit of a
relying
B
on
hit.
the B side
Oh, the
again
ISO will
for
just
the
go
RG,
for
but
it.
the
We
kill
get someone this
contract is
time.
on Bukashu. We tested
And it
Kong
is
to be
the two
successful
goats.
again. That's 100% in the kill contract.
I mean, that deathmatch arena does favor, of course, the ISO, but if there's one member you want to maybe try and shut down Kankang,
Well, this
it's
round isn't
absolutely
looking
Vikash. It does
very
mean
high
the
percent.
Cypher trips are no longer going to be a factor as the push comes through. Already, though, 5 HP down.
What?
Spirits is good, but Smoggy with the 180. The pinstripe coming through. It's
How have they
red,
even got this to be
it's
close?
green, and with 2 members alive on each side, flexing may as well have that 1 in his name, be 1 in his health bar. Doesn't have.
Now they're a bit
much
worried
to
about
work with.
Omen ult here.
But now it leaves a little bit for Chichu.
Look at where,
Nobody's coming in pretty late.
nobody's
Actually
going.
holding off. From what they expect a rotation. Seems like that. Maybe that's what they expected. Now they're gonna hear the noise. It's a very, very long rotate for nobody on that timing, and he hasn't moved yet. I don't know where nobody is. Hello?
Hey, okay. Okay.
Well, he was waiting for that Omen ult. It didn't come.
Or something there, because that was a very delayed rotate there from nobody, and that's going to mean Chichu has to wait even longer. That could be the difference between EDG going up 2 rounds.
Now,
or
they
DRG
might expect a
equalizing.
flank because this is taking so long.
Yeah, and they got the Haunt, they got the Seas, discover one of those players are, and they clear off one corner. And now it's up to them to
Oh,
find
no.
those next few duels. Time is running low, but flexing is only on 5 health, and it's gonna be easy for nobody. They made a switch for nothing, but
Well, unlucky.
There's going to be a TP out over towards Club. Get that spike on the move. XDL, however, pressure still coming his way with the double face in. Francis is able to find the elimination. 2-player advantage now here for the side of Nongshim with Persia watching the B site.
Great timing.
Star set up, push forward though, doesn't read the
timing.
10-10, got in ahead of that. Since a point on the wayside, Sugar Zero finds Francis. Suddenly we're tied at 3-3.
Not
You're
good,
in the round.
Nongshim, not good.
Dabby out over the top, finding one. Back in with the advantage, 10-10 dead on the swing. It's all now on clues. It's just a target rich in
And with a neural theft as well, has to do it on a time limit. It seemed, yeah, very strange from both sides.
You're ulting this
Well,
round.
Spirit is in. They do have the Rolling Thunder. They want to commit it towards the B
Oh.
fight. Spirit is gonna beat the timing of the nobody, and that's 1 player down. Chichu though, good on the trade, and they're relying on Konkong there with the obs. Yanni good with the one with the stinger, but that was over his head.
ISO off, he's about to get ulted.
Then that one, and now the Rolling Thunder is gonna turn them all up to the sky. Easy hunting.
Wow,
here
an eco.
for Khonshu and
I mean, they use their ults, but it's an eco win.
Decisions in terms of going for some interesting moments.
I don't know about
but
upping on ISO.
still able to recover nicely, get their kills through. Zeta this time leaving Zeta on his own, or excuse me, XDL on his own, while the other 4 put their weight in towards B.
There might just
Gonna
be
run it. Killjoy look down.
ultimate. Yep.
Should be.
There's going to be the lockdown invested here off the rip. Look to clear things out. As given the Nebula no eyes on this, and Margaret is able to safely slide out towards safety. The spike still needing to be brought forward here.
That's nice timing because you know the Tejo is on the other side of the map. So the salvos were over there at A main.
Thorns got lobbed in, I believe, on the plant spot, and I don't think they were cleared out. I think that's why we see Clues just widely sitting still.
Gonna
Pop
go
flash out, 10-10
aggro
trying
on
to
your own,
take a
man.
round into his own hands, but Margaret able to find that kill. Shows up coming up with a second as Clues joins in the fray.
Holy
And
fuck.
it is just a firing squad between these two. Persian out, last one standing, just a judge in hand with the Cosmic Divide committed into the round. Things continue to be a bit wobbly here for both teams, to be frank.
frag or 2 down with them.
Hold on.
Instead,
DRG,
they're
Dr.
gonna be
G, let's
called
stick
down
on them for a
very
while.
quickly and
They're
humbled
cooking.
here by DRG.
They're
who
back.
might
They're
actually
so
give
back.
EDG a lesson. I feel like at times
They're just doing B hits over and over again, and they're
a
winning.
bit too far for my own liking. Whether it is their aggression on the duels or their
Holy
lack of
fuck.
respect to
Vuka
some
Shoe just
common
cooked
plays.
them.
It will always be done by the Breach Tejo comp.
Yeah, it's, I mean, there's
Well,
a
they
reason
lost
it's
an
so
eco,
strong.
and
No
now-
timeout, though, I would have completely agreed with you, Vault, would have expected it there. One thing I do want to very quickly
9-9.
say as well, just because it happens so much, and it still happens in the top tier, I really would like to see the From the Shadows just getting used, like, for any reason. Like, flexing even there just to find the last player, maybe do it in CT, or in the defender side just to say, you know, there's no one on the defender side, because we see that from the shadows, you know, you were talking about all the utility the teams had available to them, and it wasn't even worth mentioning because it so rarely is. So I would like to see that getting popped, even just for the most vague amount of util, or for the most vague amount of knowledge. But speaking of the utility now, absolutely flying from all sides. It's green, it's blue, it's 3 versus 2, favoring EDG.
Yeah, and again,
Spin ball, it's green, it's blue.
Nobody big on the anchor, because if they didn't clear Spirit out of the site, that would have been the site taken over. Instead, it's a reset for Dragon Rangers, and Flexen got an excellent timing to hold that stairs cross so they can isolate the defenders that are actually trying to make the rotation. Already, Gianni has made their way across from EDG, but the other two that are making their way in, they don't want to cross. Smoggy doesn't want to use the try to step because that will give away information on the other end, but they are still aware of the presence of someone that could be there towards spawn. I like the patience from EDG because they know that they have the numbers, but they also will need to use their util. It's the full kit of util on Smoggy. Smoke falls down, Flexen use the other one to stairs, and what do they have at hand? Because they're too strong at spawn and they were probably going to burst out.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so much util here. You've got the slide, you've got fast lane, you've got smokes, you've got flashes, you've got stuns, you've got information as well. Gianni, there are no concerns. The Smoggy's absolutely just going to stick it. The spray is good for 2, but the one you needed to get was the defuse, and unfortunately for DRG, Flexen walks away with his life incredibly close, though I want to say like 20, 30 HP.
Yeah, you know, and they're stealing themselves here, EDG. This is a very tough round to get, and honestly,
I mean, the fact that they even
Smoggy would have found
got it close was quite good considering the start of the round.
Would have been over there. It was a good attempt from Flexing, but this wasn't enough. Smoggy stayed alive.
Okay, 10-9, but a big round for EDG coming up, because if they lose this,
we're
gonna time out. We'll flip back.
Just down B here on
Red
the
zone
side.
this.
They're not trying to reinforce it here for the moment. Especially given that that alarm bot is still situated over towards Art. So 10-10 gonna go in for some reconnaissance. Spots
Still a
out
big
one
fake,
player and
though.
honestly isn't really gonna be able to spot too much else out.
It doesn't have a
They've
gate
read it,
crash,
Nongshim.
so
They've read it.
has to just walk all the way back through. Oh my. Okay.
Able to find one. Ivy, however, swooping forward. Puts this
It's a
thing to
big
good
trade by
use.
Sugar Zero.
An opportunity to try to find some damage. Stompy out from Halls.
Time.
Goes for the peak, and the time is very limited. Still a bit away here is 10-10. Spiky being committed to. The plant now in. Noise being made. Spots out Sugar Zero. Goes for the jump by accident.
Oh my goodness.
Do any of the Chinese teams stand a chance internationally? Outside of EDG, I feel like they will be actual victims in Toronto.
We've conquered all of China! We're never gonna stop! From Toronto to Paris! We'll win the fucking lot! Ale, ale, ale!
Luckily enough, this time
Ale!
but that vault line
Ale,
will hit them
ale!
both. That does come out, so they need to be careful. It committed that play multiple times. This time of asking, Gianni is out, Kong Kong is in. He's trying to buy a timing, but his double tap is gone. And they'll have to back off the angle. That's the biggest asset of the ISO. Pulled away. The full map control that they played for, gone. The A site completely open, but DRG still steadfast into approaching that B site.
And a double set up from Chichu and nobody towards this fence as well. They are very cautious about giving up this mid control. As you said,
Okay, yeah, look at the buy for EDG. It is not pretty.
Cause a bit of
they do have
issue
neon
for
though,
DRG
they
should
kinda...
they go over it now.
Oh,
Nobody
you
being
haven't
swamped,
just done
but
that,
only with a
nobody.
judge, and the timing is perfect from Flex. And again, the information gained, the immediate TP out. I really like that. Get one frag.
B again.
See if EDG are overzealous. They don't have a full buy on
have
them.
the
We've
right
seen a
read.
judge. There's likely, you know, one other weaker gun, which we can absolutely see is the case from Jenny. Meanwhile, DRG have everything for them to work for. We've seen corner hit hiding before, work out in absolute space.
They're all here. Literally the whole team is here.
Bangkok is trying to wait for that space. Both blind sides coming out, but actually they don't go for the peak. Instead, it's gonna be Picasso to find the opener.
They saw him, I
the
think.
Kong, but they're anticipating that play too with P, leaving it down to Chichu. Was on the back of the side, trying to find a multi-kill. Will find a pair.
Oh
but
my
couldn't
god,
find the
how
other
have you
two.
lost that round?
DRG.
You're
feeding
like,
off EDG,
yeah, it's a
despite
5v4,
being
but
anchored at the
literally
right point.
all 4 of you are on site.
Days, it's just getting closer.
How?
and
I also
closer.
think that
No,
Smoggy
it
made
really,
well, we didn't see. I
really
didn't see where the
can't come
salvos
down
were,
to the
but
wire here
when he gets
either.
tail ulted, he
We
TPs
watch
out of the
EDG
site rather than just like walking
ascend
forward a bit.
Towards,
Why not just like
towards
play
Nongshim,
here?
Or we actually get to ascend and move on to this third map. It is close. It is down the wire. That
Oh
tug
my
of war.
God.
Anyone's game at this point now. The micro
Nongshim win this round. They
adjustments
did
needed.
5-5 in
the
that game.
momentum
Holy
forward.
shit, it's close. Okay, timeout again. Come back to you.
Established, but not really able to do much off the back of it. Even with the Cosmic Divide there, Nongshim's so far ahead of it. Margaret finding a great timing to step in.
Holy, look at the
TV
fucking
gone.
shit on the screen.
Absolutely dismantled.
My computer can't handle it. The stream can't handle it.
The spray looking for a little bit more.
It's one of those things where you think it's safe. You think you've dumped enough util that you maybe have backed Nongshim off. No. Dombi doesn't care. He's happy to take those fights. Spot on some util, yeah.
Get there. Alarm bot's still situated though.
Yeah, the fact they didn't get the alarm bot.
It's actually just going to be stacking the alarm bots on top of each other.
It's a little alarm bot party.
Yep, this is where alarm bots come from. As Margaret under pressure.
He gets 2
Massacres 2.
and damage on a
So
third.
again, Clues both eliminated. Sugar 0.
Okay, this round should be over.
Able to find just the 1 kill for them here in the round. 2v4 with him knocked down to 33. Nongshim well poised to move up to 6. Guaranteeing at least parity, if not the advantage of the half.
I'm just saving.
On Lotus, and we've seen it so much in the previous series. It was between the 2 different teams, obviously, but maybe that counter aggression.
the
just
buy
get
for
Gianni
EDG.
set up in the mid and play off of that a little bit more, so that when DRG are kind of prepping, you know, their execute, you get someone like Gianni to swing in
We've got
that
a very
little bit
quiet
faster
game zone.
while the guns are unequipped, while the utility is more available.
Why, when we
But the
fully
longer
pushed
these
out
go,
A,
as
are
you
we
said,
all
you know,
drifting
Gianni
A?
hasn't really been able to show up.
We think that all
Some
coming
of it
through
has been
vents?
gunplay. A lot of it has
Huh?
unfortunately just not really been given the chance. And speaking
Well,
of
look at
giving
where
a
nobody
chance,
is. This
DRG
normally would have
are
been a
walking
stack on
the
B.
side
Why are you stacking A?
completely free.
Yeah, that's not a chance. Just to get that's the giveaway. That is generosity in its peak there
Oh.
from EDG. But again, you know, they're playing on the much weaker buy. They're relying on those pistols, and sometimes when you do that, you end up having to make big gambles like those. So it's not the
This
end of
round's
the world
over.
for them.
They won't win this round.
A little banged up. Operator for Dombi. Couple ults, lockdown, Steel Garden. You have an Armageddon for Clues.
Might have to. Okay, just going to be an aggro lockdown off the rip. Gain
It
some space.
forces people in A main.
10. Looking for the kill. Last shot does connect. Finds
What?
Dombi.
What is that lockdown?
Gets out.
Great read.
What the fuck is that? I'm gonna have
And
to
again,
ask Chobra about that one.
little
What the
set
fuck
play
are
coming
they
through.
doing?
It's biting them in the rear. Now that the lockdown's committed, they can use the Armageddon as freely as they want. And they're going to be sending it here over towards this B side. Clear out. No, Persia just able to find 10-10 as soon as he snaps forward. Storm's now going to be thrown on the floor. Steel Garden similarly going to be invested, just looking to create some space. Keep things opened up here for
I
the
think
side of
Margaret just
Nongshim.
needs to
At a player
trust
disadvantage.
the turret.
They have information.
Trust
2
turret
stacked
and
up here
wall.
on B. A deep line for Francis with that
Why
in
would
hand
you
outside
be
of
still
A-main.
watching this?
And not
Yeah,
much to clear
3v4.
that up with. If they do end up going that way, but it looks like they might be trying to sneak through art, but there's a ton of util. Oh, no. The Vice wall, the turret. Margaret, yep.
Margaret is here, finds the first, a little bit of damage across, finds
Wow.
the second, and XDL can no longer afford the jump. Wall will fall,
Wow.
Margaret
Okay, fair
collects the
play.
ball.
Spike round
Schulta
over.
now has 20 seconds to kill everyone, to get the spike. There's an op on a deep line. The swing of the
side, and instead it's the blender. EDG
Okay,
eventually
EDG
managed
must
to
win
find
round.
that space, but it took a little bit longer than they
It
maybe
looks like
wanted.
they
You're
will,
left
although it's a
getting popped.
3v2 with
Both
the
members
Cypher ult.
now find, you know,
Oh my
Flex
god.
and sitting towards that pillar. Smoggy limboing under the shots from Flex in there, and the swing.
Drake.
Cashew is good. He cannot be that good.
Oh, thankfully somebody else other than Kong stepped up there a little bit though.
Mm.
No,
Oh, yeah, true.
it's a good trading protocol. I know that this much is what I would actually expect on the normality from the side of EDG, but I feel like the Nightfall definitely did play a big part into that
Okay.
one. But again, a lot of work on
Only
Chichu.
2 alive though, so again,
So,
if they lose this
still
round, their
down for
money
that
won't
one
be
too.
great.
Still, the rest of the team are
They
pulling
can't
their
win a
weight, but
clean
it's
round,
11-11.
but still.
And if there's
Kang
ever a
25
time
and 19.
for someone for EDG to
What the
maybe
fuck
have
is
a big
deal?
round, it has to be there. DRG, quick on the A side, and I'm pretty sure that is a judge in the hands of nobody. So
Why
they'll
y'all
need to make
just
good use of
spamming
that. They're gonna
deal?
go up to the heavens, so they evade the judge for now, but they should be in a slice of Chichu.
It really should, but again, looking at EDG here, a little bit concerned to, you know, play at a pace that you would expect from them, you know, at this point, or DRG, sorry, you know, they've given this time for EDG to rotate towards.
What?
They had that space and that control initially, and because of it, the frags initially go the way of EDG. DRG immediately
Nobody
answered back.
again with a
Just
troll.
a bit too antsy and being forced, essentially by his own hand, into trading a free kill out for it. Speaking of trades, Smoggy and Nick both making
TP
their
across.
names seen in that kill feed, and Smoggy has to do something that we would not expect. He hasn't been having the best game. He's been okay.
They're gonna lose this map. They're gonna lose the map. Let's see it, Nongshim.
That in his face? I don't know. Anyway.
A little bit of an aggro push towards B main. Persia here behind the pillar. In the meantime, 3 from Nongshim.
I won't miss the last round, don't worry.
Knocking at the gates of this A site.
Well, if that was what Nongshim was
fuck
going
is
to do,
this
but
little wall?
Nongshim's been very tricky on their attacker side. They'll very much convince you they're doing one thing. They're actually doing.
Here we go.
From Gianni, I would actually be thinking of dropping the rifle over to Kong. I'll be completely honest with you. I think he's been having a stellar game, and I know that Gianni is going to be very good with that Phantom. They actually do a lot of damage, but that hasn't been the case as of yet. That hasn't been the case individually. But they still have a chance on the side of EDG. They just need to hold them strong, and they've been holding them towards the B side. It's the double
This is
duelist.
Valorant.
Oh, 0.9, thanks for the 14 months. Oh no, they are done. No Kang Kang.
And what could be the beginning of the end? It's another shotgun attempt here, but thankfully Smoggy this time around backing up instead of proceeding forward.
Yeah, not making the same mistake that nobody did. But again, speaking of a mistake, nobody getting very anxious now. You can tell the pushes are coming through, trying to make these like clutch Hail Mary plays, hiding in the cage. Actually, Chichu very much being able to make out in Kangshu, unfortunately due to that low HP,
It's over.
fragging his own teammate. And the shots, the Bucky, but you can only get one if you're Smoggy. And now Gianni, it's all on you to either bring us to OT or bring us to Ascent. The timing isn't there. Flexen's behind.
They're gonna knife him.
Real hope for Zeta. Just gotta have a solid anti-eco. You're gonna be looking very nice coming into this half.
Okay, map 3.
It's like Nongshim just gonna, again, take A main control.
EDG could be out.
Players stacked right up on top of each other here.
If they just win a clean map 3, I'm gonna be quite disappointed.
Yep. And they scout that out. Quickly look to back away.
And you'd love to have them come through mid doors. There's KJ and Vice Util.
United v Wolves starts soon. Got any of the players in FPL plus scorepred?
I don't have any Wolves or United players.
But
Because I know a shit team when I see one. I would say it's gonna be 1-1.
For Nongshim. Outlaw for 10-10. I really like that here. That way, if there's any buy-ups from Nongshim, you can potentially punish them in the next round.
Wall popped there. As Thorn's going to be lobbed in, sent immediately.
Oh.
Stops this entire execute here. Now things going to be a little bit more frazzled here for them. Shots from the Outlaw going to be whipping, but XDL certainly
Oh,
is not.
good from Zeta.
Guns down 2. And Margaret, going to be noted here, I mean, needs to die in some fashion or another. And for Zeta Division, they should just leave him. Say, yeah, no death bonus for you.
Yes. Don't make that mistake again where the spike is on the ground and you can just hold.
Q.
10 seconds remaining.
We're just sending letters now?
10 says, no, I want that ult orb. I want a little bit of extra money, and we'll be able to collect it. Damn near flawless. Zeta Division this time.
It's kind of boring now that we've conquered China.
They tie us up at 7-7 as we go into the bonus.
Just a flood through. I mean, Donby.
For those
so
of you who didn't
annoying.
hear my song earlier for Juicy, it's
Talented.
singing do diddy dum diddy do. Killing YZ and winning map number 2. That's good, that's good, that's fine. You know it's fine. Juicy's on the tear again, and he's bragging all the time, singing do diddy dum diddy do.
It is.
Why?
It rhymes too.
Yep.
Well, Francis does have an ultimate to use. Again, though, because you have to buy those full armors.
I kind of want the Zeta to win just for that, to be honest, just for that watch boy.
Half armors for Ivy and Margaret, though. They're going to try to keep themselves hidden from the Outlaw. 10-10 in mid, though. Might have the read.
Oh. Margaret's hit some
shot.
fucking nasty shots in this game.
Puts him down.
With the spooky phantom.
Solid advantage here to start. And Shilta just
Most transferred in player is Nats this
here
week.
would love to inch forward and
Interesting.
try to find that weapon, but
How did Nats do this
not gonna
week?
be able to do so.
They won.
Far
I mean,
too
it was
risky
against
decides
Koi,
to
it
stay
makes sense.
tucked back. Shifts away as the Nebula ends up falling.
Less than.
Triple push now. Heading down towards Sugar Zero. Francis. Armageddon's going to be sent. That clears out Hall. Sugar Zero just staying in position here for the moment. The relay bolt connecting. It's the headshot, but cannot finish the job. Dami stays alive.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, that's done. Saved Zombie's life.
Zombie.
This is.
Oh, we got a new one to add to
retake, though.
Zombie.
Couple Bulldogs and a
Zombie.
Sheriff. And Nongshim knows.
Did
they've got a
DRG
long
win? They
range
won the
weapon
second map.
advantage, so
It's going to map 3.
back up into long B.
Widely from here, it's going to be about trying to deal some damage.
Oh, it's just so.
They can go absolutely crazy, but Dambi, yeah,
Well
forward
played by
into the smoke,
Dambi.
able to find one. Looks for
Not,
that
not so
transfer, gets the
Dumby
fourth.
there. That was
Will not be able to do so
smart
far,
B.
just a lone casualty. It's Clues trying to see what he can find, but it's just going to be a flash to the face. And they put him down out of his misery. Nongshim reestablish the lead and deny a bonus conversion while holding on to 4 weapons.
If Leo came back to FNC
Okay.
after Musters,
This is where it
what's
starts
the
getting
percent chance they win
Very
champs?
real.
I mean, I don't know,
Tournament
because how
life
good would
on the
Leo
line
be,
for
right? Like,
Zeta
he's
Division.
never played Tail,
Second half.
and he
think I
probably
saw
would
an
have to, I
operator in
assume.
10-10's hands.
And I don't know, how much has he been
Man,
practicing?
I love the way that Nongshim just is so aggressive
Like,
to take space against you.
At this point,
whether
it's,
it be
you
on
know,
A main or post plant.
at this point, it's becoming a bit more of a what if.
They will keep you guessing.
I still think he'd be good,
Really
though.
difficult
The
to
thing that
react.
made Leo better than most other players is not only was his mechanics, like, as good as most people, but his decision-making was better than,
Pressure for now.
I mean, literally every
5
other
bets
player.
off the map, it's just
Like, his
pressure.
decision-making was
Over at
of
club.
knowing when to be aggressive and
They're
when to be
always doing
passive
that same thing over
I would
and
say
over at the
that was
beginning
his
of every
best
round.
skill
A main, and
versus
then
other players.
try a different direction.
They're about to
And I
push into
suppose
the
he wouldn't
operator.
lose that, really.
Whipped shot in the previous round with the Outlaw. Let's see how 10-10 fares now. As the stealth drone chasing forward, trying to see if it can spot out anything here. Gets
The
back around
likelihood of
corner.
Leo coming back is less than
But mechanically, he might
5%
not be
emo if
as
he's
good.
been
Setup,
gone
he's
this
gonna go a
long.
bit
I didn't
more
see the command
aggressive
video,
here.
no, because I know
Up
who
on top
Leo
of the
is.
screen and is rewarded for it. Tomby going to be taken down.
It's a huge find.
I think his comeback would be like
Knock
MJ
Zombie
after
out of
the
round
baseball.
really slows down this Nongshim squad. We're going to try a different direction. 40 seconds on the clock to work with. Ivy can win this. And there's a real shot.
Oh, smoke falling. Shots exchanged, neither getting tagged up though.
30
MJ won 3 championships in a row after baseball.
Triple approach through
Didn't he only
hard.
play baseball because he was gambling on basketball?
Persia working his way over towards main. Sugar Zero. Tucked here at dugout.
spike planted.
And he's just going to get spammed down.
Brother.
Damage suffered. Middle of the way down to 29
That's
health.
the fake rumor?
Spike in play. Decent position
Is that
for the side
fake?
of Nongshim.
That seems pretty plausible to me, to be honest.
This would be a bit of a back-breaking round for them to try to find the win and push forward. Clue's going to be...
Otherwise, why would he play baseball?
Shota, XDL able to find one apiece. Oh, if he breaks through.
Yeah, but it's
over
a
at
1v3.
Huge.
Oh, 2v3.
Now
Sorry.
the 2v3. Steadies the aim. Shota dead. The repeat in though, and 10-10 with the op is able to deliver a 3K. Zeta, they tie it up at 8-8.
Oh, great reactions from 10-10.
Did it because his dad died and his dad wanted to play
off
baseball.
Of those kills, trading them immediately.
If his dad's already dead.
Critically hold on to the operator and get the round win, but
yeah,
money is still in a rough position.
Leo coming back is akin to Jesus Christ resurrecting from the grave. Are we sure Leo isn't a fabled myth?
I'm pretty sure I've seen Leo play. But in these days, who knows?
No doubt. I mean, some good decisions being made on both sides of the board. It's actually going to be an outlaw for Persia.
It's only one player, though. It is 10-10.
I know. I was just going to say, is he just going to challenge 10-10, knowing that he could only get half?
Oh, Bucky v. Judge.
Beats Bucky. Tommy struck down. The nano buys him enough time to go ahead and get the reload on the Judge. Once again, solid early kill with Domby dead. Makes for a bit more of a brutal round for Nongshim to try to play out.
Makes it so much easier to react to Zeta.
I'm pretty sure it was a Gamba cover-up. MJ fans are gonna glaze and say the best in the world just felt like a casual career switch in his prime, but
come on, do it, swing out that door. But
yeah, that's what's strange about it. Like, if you want to go play baseball, like, why would you do it in your prime?
Probably leave that spot, but still pushing forward.
TP.
Why not wait till the end of your career?
So damn snappy with
Just saving. Oh, have we started this yet? No.
For Francis and Margaret, it's just the save.
He already won 3 championships?
30 seconds to wait out.
Yeah, but he could have won
Zeta are
10 more.
Going to get themselves into the lead.
Knew he could come back.
10-10.
But, like, why not just play in your prime? Become the undeniable, like, because I assume at that point he wasn't the GOAT. Become the undeniable GOAT first, then play baseball.
Answer for Donby, not just against the Ecos, but in general, and a Judge is a great way to do it.
You want it to be good at baseball?
It's been a real pain point, obviously, on Lotus.
But he wasn't, was he?
Break your ankles, and you're not able to track him with your sprays, and you don't have a ton of utility to slow him down, so it's a good way to do that. Shotguns.
Was he even good at baseball?
Crisp shots here.
He would have been worse when he was old and washed.
Timeout call.
Yeah, but who gives a shit?
He could have done like Aguero, retire a little early then go do what you want. Aguero is a semi-pro race car driver and crew owner.
Doesn't matter anyway, Le Goat clears. Look, I honestly don't give a shit about basketball at all. I'm a complete neutral. I don't have any feelings towards anyone who's a basketball player one way or another. One more tiny MV comeback? Who knows? Maybe one day. Aguero's legs were gone? Yeah, but you can always play in the MLS or something. You're telling me Messi's legs aren't gone? Oh, he had a heart condition? Did he? I didn't even know that.
Gonna be in a fantastic spot. They can't get this.
Heart condition, you can still play in the MLS.
Judge.
I like money. Judge in an overdraw.
Rue, thanks for the Singaporean dollars, $2.98. I don't know how much that is.
Clues.
You're a United fan.
Oh,
that's rough.
Zeta wouldn't just maybe hang on to the Judge.
Or you could be a Newcastle fan, I suppose, or any
plans
United.
for it, you can
Well,
see
Newcastle is also rough.
We'll scale forward and take some space, but the dimensional drift is just going to be coming through. Tommy tagged up and Ivy dead. Shota will go ahead and find him here in mid. Stun coming through, 10-10.
Well, Noodle Bros, it's not looking great.
Margaret gets dropped, Sugar Zero finding Persia. And it's not
Sideshow
flawless,
says Messi is
but
washed
it's
and
damn
won't do
clean
well.
overall.
Thoughts?
Zeta now
Why
up
would you
10 to
like
8.
Sideshow
Running
giving
off that timeout call.
football takes is like
Breaking
me
down the
saying stuff
economy for
about
Nongshim.
basketball.
Just a beautiful timing.
Facts.
On
My
that
All I
sunshine,
know
my
is-
summer
as soon
breeze,
as players
my
start
goat.
walking through
OKC,
mid-doors,
The
KFC,
Minnesota Timberwolves
Yes.
will
Lakers
win
in 5.
we will send 10-10 through, and he will
the
figure
NBA
out exactly what's
championship.
going on.
That's
Throws
all
the
I know.
clone out,
What's he
shoots in
called?
between
Naz
his legs,
Reid.
takes down Margaret. I love that. But just, it's a collapse from that information, from that ult. An advantage you're going to have to maybe lean into one more time, or who knows, Zeta might just be able to shut it out before 10-10 even gets to another one. He's got 2 orbs
Why
again,
do I know about Naz Reid?
Gonna creep his way forward for
Because
third,
was
but
it last year when
Two
the
Sentinels
Timberwolves were winning
watching
some
this.
games or whatever? For like the first time in their lives? And I'm a Vikings fan, so I consume Minnesota sports media sometimes.
The hero rifle, but
And they were all just
that's
talking about
quickly
Naz
taken
Reid.
out of their control as well. As Dombey locked in position, the Thorns get popped. Tiny amount of damage taken. Once again, on the prowl, chasing forward as SARS plays here on the B side. Overdrive, committed here in the 3v4. Dombey needing to deliver, pushes forward,
Dombey.
is immediately met with death.
Well, it's not looking good, Noodle Bros. Chobra.
An Armageddon available, but surely this is not
Dawson
gonna
will
be
go
around.
and win
It's
it
gonna
all,
be
or will
Francis.
Barcelona beat Inter and win it
As he
all?
loses.
I think
you can
Inter
understand
could
it a
beat
little bit
Barca.
more.
I
We'll see,
think
though,
the
if they can
Champions
make this
League is
close.
really
Might
hard to
just be willing
predict.
to pull the trigger on it.
I was kind
I think
hoping
it's
it was.
four
The whole
good
half,
teams.
Shota
Oh, he
gives
got
his
half,
life,
but
now Armageddon does get committed here. They have to rotate
they're trying
out.
to pull him in.
XCL does not escape. Defuse, however, being held, and they are not aiming at Sugar
Oh,
Zero.
the time.
So they will go ahead, get the defuse.
I think it's very close. I think PSG.
The rounds will be, the
I
ults will
mean,
be
yeah, I
committed
don't know, honestly.
but
I think the
Zeta
4 teams.
now
I think
move
probably
up
is the best.
by 3.
Like,
It's
well,
Scrappy, the op was not recovered.
maybe
there
not
for
like
Zeta, so they
peak
have to
best.
invest in it,
Peak
but
best would probably
only need a
have
couple more
Madrid
rounds. You
and
gotta feel like you can get this
Liverpool in
done.
there. But in terms of like right now, who the best 4 teams in
Oh, there
Europe
you
are,
go.
I would say it probably is
Finally.
these 4 teams.
Able to find
If
one of
the
those
goons
shutdowns with
Arsenal
Dombey
can beat
slides.
Madrid, then
He's in a
anything
good
is
position to
possible.
do it.
Madrid, oh shit.
And that was
Oh, I don't know
very,
what
very
YouTube.
dangerous for Zeta.
Did I?
Common collected from Sugar Zero.
Been there, done that.
I didn't don't know wall anyone.
5
That was
rifles in once again. Margaret, one away from having the lockdown.
Did you
Shota,
just realize the
same
VC
story.
versus tie records
This is
information
gonna
have been
be Steel
changed on
Guard to start things
Wikipedia?
off.
Especially the one I
XCL
didn't
go
realize
ahead
that.
and
No.
Rotates out. Spike now getting ready to be planted as
Why? What's it changed to?
Margaret's position going to be noted. Does have Persia here behind though.
Have some tools for a retake for Zeta, but you gotta clear mid. You gotta deal with
EDG
these
game
lurks.
side.
Double Cosmic Divide's now going to be committed in. Steel Guard as
I
well.
mean, I think if they win this,
Downbeat.
we can
Yeah,
just.
but Arsenal in Europe are more
Shit.
shit.
Taken down the slide forward, finds one, but Clues is there to capitalize. Player advantage now going to be found here as Francis backpedaling, sends out the salvos.
The
just keeping
long
them off
flank.
The spike for now.
Margaret.
They have no information
We'll watch to
whatsoever.
the end of this
Margaret, like
map,
you
I
say,
think, and then
is on the
switch to
backstab.
EDG.
The Cosmic Divide now, getting ready to fall down. 10-10 finding one. Margaret striking, finds another Persia, able to find Shota. The lob in, but 10-10 pushes the Nebula, finds the shot. The defuse is just going to be stuck to Margaret. He cannot stop it. What is that drop shot?
I mean, Nongshim their attack side here. Someone check in on Chober. It's
but-
not looking good.
Oh, he cannot save the round.
Why is Crew top seed over Sen? Because they
So
beat
very close.
head to head.
As Zeta now get up to map point.
I'm
Oh
a
my
football noob. Are
goodness.
managers really that
This
important?
is madness.
I'm gonna look across the way and see if
I
Chober
would
still has
actually
hair.
say no. Managers aren't as
hope
important as
not.
I think a lot of people think they are.
He does.
Dang. Well, Zeta though, I mean, who would have thought here on Pearl?
Recruitment is more
that they'd
important
be
than
doing
managers,
this.
in my
I
opinion.
mean, still need one more round. You can never count out this Nongshim team. Dombey ahead of the salvos. Seemingly Zeta somewhat aware, still had enough for an op, but Dombey's gonna have the op carried over from Margaret, I believe, from the previous round. So they're gonna try to see if they can create some space of their own. Meanwhile, 10-10 is over in Art. He's got XDL with him.
4 in a row is what is necessary. The Dimensional Drift also available here for 10-10. They want to try to keep this up disguised for now. So we're clear on the stealth drone.
Just wait out the smokes a bit. Has Nongshim. No. But he playing off that util. Zeta decided to hold his fire. So let's see. Spike should be able to.
I mean, they're getting the spike down.
Again, oh,
Well,
clues.
I was about to say they're
That's
getting the spike
too
down
often.
consistently. They're not.
Salvos now ready to be sent. It should at least get some damage. No, forces them back once again. Domby, however, able to find one shot
Damn,
that
be
can
up,
be taken
though.
down. So now the
Hold on.
lockdown cannot come into play
10-10 has
for
ult.
the side of Zeta Division, and Margaret.
Why did you not use that earlier, though?
theirs,
I guess you
create
wanted to
some
save it
space.
for post-play,
Now
but-
they can push forward and guarantee the plant.
10-10 can drift.
Planted.
That's going to be the potential difference maker here.
Swaps the weapons over. Looks like he's going to go for it.
Setting up
Mask
for the
comes
lurk.
on. XCL here around the back. Being watched.
Oh.
They're
Bro,
prepped
why
for
not wait
this.
for your Yoru ult?
The push forward. Kills cannot
Tell
be
you
found.
who's looking at you.
Tiny bit of damage.
Okay, you know they're all playing
Yeah,
long,
and
though.
He's just jumping out right in front of him. Finds one. Eventually will get taken down. Ivy finds the second.
Okay, this round should be over, though.
So it looks like Clues maybe just
Okay, just
To
gonna
snap.
save the L. Don't throw this, Zeta. Okay, EDG one pistol.
They're in a very
What are they
separate
playing?
category.
Oh, double senti. Double senti on attack.
Speaking of the guns, Hanshu is gonna be tested. Same can be said for Flexen. You know where they're at. It's gonna be another one from Spirit, but the paranoia is not on the money. Luckily enough, Nick is excellent on those trades, and Vicaggio is
could be in trouble.
timing to make it a pretty clean bonus for DRG.
Yeah, all right. You know what? The utility there, as you said, pretty damn flawless. The paranoia not initially working out, but then it's the DRG, it's that overplay, it's that double
We got a
swing
timer
that
on this?
suddenly find itself
Oh,
far
they didn't even
more
save the L.
beneficial. Smoggy not able to play off
Okay,
himself, but
okay,
Nick
it's timeout.
very much
We'll watch this
able
round.
to make it work. Or Smoggy able to get the first initial frag.
The bear is
Flexen
pretty funny.
cannot make
Okay,
the
double
paranoia
senti
play
attack.
work,
They won
and
pistol,
very
which
much
is
backed
kind
up
of
by
a
Nick. So
requirement.
phenomenal way
Jenny's
to
going
bring your
from
first
Neon
round on
to
the board for
Deadlock.
DRG. EDG though with these ultimates online and the econ and the guns mostly aside from a stinger on Kang looking very
Now, personally,
solid.
I think that DRG's comp should
And
do okay against double
space
senti
here for this kind of
with the
rounds.
double controller.
And I like that Viper wall, and I like a lot of that focus towards.
They do have
pre-position
Deadlock
is
ult. This is,
definitely
again,
obvious.
when you're
That's
playing double
pretty much
senti,
how
you better
EDG
use
has
those
been
ults well.
playing those A hits. And now, wait and see if they're going to be able to do something out of it. Gianni's there with some util. The Tejo on the other end. The Arcros is out. Nick is forced to some retreat. The Annihilation does not actually catch Vicaggio. Instead,
Oh,
he's
you
able to
can't
back
lose
off the Kong with a stinker of all things. Able to nail down that spray. Another one for Chichu.
Oh, he got two. He got two. That's pretty big. Teo Yoru against Omen.
Leaves it in another
Flexen only has a
2v2.
judge.
Kong opened up that round, and he has upgraded.
Wow, what a position by
to a
Kang
Vandal,
though.
waiting for the proper timing. If he swings now, he can find them both. But nobody is going to be tested alone on the side.
And he whiffed
doesn't
it.
find the first shots. Some damage on deflection.
Just two
Trying to
1v1s.
keep the Omen in there. He forced off the paranoia, but he's almost at
Oh,
the right.
no.
He's gonna get down. And it's all down to nobody in this one. 15 seconds from the salvos. So he's got no util to play in the name of. But he's got his gun. He's got his Armageddon. And instead, he's going to
Oh,
be the
what a
one
big
to be
kill.
delivered to just
How we doing on this?
out. Clues able to find one. Domby going to be taken down. Repeat though. Persian now up in hand.
Okay, it's gonna be
He's just gonna gun
12-10.
him down. 2 kills found. Star set up behind.
Or it should be. I mean, they're on an eco and it's a 4v2.
Little exit there from 10-10.
If they lose
Top
this, it
towards
would be
safety
kind of
for the moment.
generational.
Margaret.
We'll live back over.
One scenario you didn't again not necessary. You could have just waited. I appreciate the kind of burst out of the smoke, go for the right click. It's very cheeky. I like it from that, but Flexen leaving one of his members, or sorry, Smoggy leaving one of his team just to try and get that clutch seemed a bit unnecessary, but nobody very much warmed up at the least and very much can take that to 2-2.
Should be coming in. This quick play from EDG. Do they really want to exploit on the back of that? They try to find an angle. The sheer
Whoa,
is
what?
down, but that's an excellent spray down from Spirit. Nobody had no chance there. Still trying to find more. Kang in the corner. The fake out is good to trip that sonic sensor. So they've taken over more util on the other side. They know where Kang is, but they can't really take him.
Hold on, we're gonna go back. Well, I wanted to go back to this. Round only just ended though.
Where's that B side with no other app?
Yeah, those mega lurks from Chillmite.
Flawless.
Setting the stage for this defender side for Zeta.
Can Nongshim
Not
do
gonna be
this?
in their
Can
hands.
Zeta
I don't
throw
think-
this?
Oh,
Or
they're
Zeta
gonna
the
be able
ultimate
to kill enough.
chokers?
Okay, they had just enough.
Find out now.
Scrape one together. Maybe, but they had saved. They had that one player who had 1850, I think it was, a couple rounds ago. So 10-10.
They go for it.
Over.
Go for the O.
Clear on the other side of the map.
And attacking up.
Things slowing down. Pressure on both of these teams immense.
Oh, wow.
Forward into the smoke. Yup, not in a position to try to find the punish. Will jump up over the top and does manage.
Okay, that's a big punish. That's no smokes.
There's Armageddon sent over towards Secret. Sugar Zero out in front of it, just tucked here within the smoke. The relay bolt going to be connecting as he moves up into the smoke. Sugar Zero is instantaneous with a headshot. Francis similarly dives forward.
3v3. Nice killjoy look.
Now into a 3v3, but Ivy tagged up. The lockdown still available. The flick from 10-10 whiffed. Lockdown now in play.
Lockdown, you got to get nanos on it.
Respect this. They backpedal. Margaret sticking around for a little bit longer to just lob in some of this util. Nanos popped. Salvos.
Go for the
sent.
salvos.
Zeta needing to fight forward, fight their way
Big
out.
kill, big kill. Oh my god, it might happen. Oh my god, it might happen.
From Nick here, you know, that haunt as well. All of the util has been nothing short of just perfect. You know, we've seen
the RG win again.
Its value, the Nightfall just completely
the boy Vukashu.
You know, we see Smoggy.
Vice util gone.
Well, Zeta, one chance.
So ready for that push out. Able to just lock that round
and then
down.
money isn't great.
Nongshim about creating those crossfires.
Buy is wobbly here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Two Bulldogs, glass cannon for 10-10, just a Vandal in hand. And then a Spectre for clues. The only ult that they have to speak of, Sugar Zero, one away from having a Cosmic Divide. But unless he can build it and use it in this round, it's not going to matter. As we'll be going into overtime or be victorious.
Oh, 10-10. That's a clone. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a clone.
I was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
She kind of tried to go for a little bit of the fake out on that B push, and Margaret just picked him off.
Arc Rose set up for XDL.
And they fake B, the drone comes out.
With that star there as well.
Clears some of B, but not all of it. The Euro TP is coming across.
Just the linger from Margaret, looking for the backstab.
Oh, they shot.
The Tejo a world away. Blue's not going to be in position to try to
TP's coming in.
He managed to push forward ahead of the Cosmic Divide.
They don't like it, they're going back. And Margaret with an insane shot again.
Looks like it took him a second.
Close the mines.
It.
Oh, he has to push forward.
Absolutely destroyed. Now
he has to go forward.
He's going to be flushed into the open.
And he wins.
Still gets taken down by the open. It might not matter. The 2 kills. Puts Nongshim in.
But they're here already.
Ivy low on HP, but 10-10. Gets out, finds Persia, dummy.
Oh, they trolling. Oh, they trolled at the end.
He's still winning the fights. Whoa!
That's the plan.
Dead through the wall. 10-10. Tries to play around with him a little bit. Shota playing on the timing. Peaks,
oh my god. And Zeta live. They live another day. Watch Chobra.
To get a win against
no,
this
but
squad.
like, I am pretty confident still, just because even in that last.
He's coping. Okay, he's coping. He's coping. He's coping.
Will need to eventually step up to add
How's the football
to
going?
ADG's tally, because one man cannot lead a team's worth of firepower.
Arsenal 1-0. Trossard with the goal. Put the Wolves game on. Imagine being in the UK and being able to watch the Wolves game.
Gianni just haven't really been able to make much work since
the
the
hell
initial
happened there?
pushes, but that's what you wanted to see. Again, not necessarily
I want a
EDG
Japanese
doing
team
anything
to be
right,
good
but
so
DRG
bad.
a bit
Master
overzealous, like
Tokyo
that's
was
doing
one of my
something
faves.
right. even if it is a bit lucky. Kang
Yeah,
falling is
they'll probably go back to
absolutely
Tokyo, I would
pivotal
assume, or
with that
somewhere
now.
in
Both Yoru's
Japan.
gone, no dimensional drift
Fairly soon, I would
shenanigans,
think.
a bit of a harder entry.
What?
for both
Fukushima
sides,
just found
especially
2
because you
random
just
kills
keep
through the
seeing you
smoke
through
and then
smokes.
avoided the
Again,
deadlock ult.
Smokes are a suggestion for this man.
Anything is a suggestion. Peek him, he will punish you. Go through a smoke, he will kill you. Dare to enter his sight, he will use his arsenal. He will bring you down to smithereens. And now it's down to the final 3 on the side of EDG. Chichu. Maybe now the team is starting to flounder. Just a little bit more.
I mean, they have
But
no
they
space
will
here,
need to
DRG.
bring
They
up
have
their full
literal
strength.
no knowledge of
40
anything.
seconds left on the
Look
timer.
how
They've
deep
been
they are.
pretty slow in most of their approaches. Of course, as
That
we
probably
can
will
tell,
mean that they're going to avoid
rest
this
of
Faisal.
DRG are nowhere near the A side itself, so that steel
give them a
garden
clue.
is nothing
The
more than
Viper
an
wall should
early
go up.
alarm system for the defense that now have made their moves. They're 4 players strong. They got their own steel garden to play for, and even from the shadows. You know, I'm saying it just for you, Madante. I don't think it's gonna be used. I don't think it's useful, but they're gonna plan down the spike, and it's gonna
Surely
be a
we're
quick
coming for
retake
this
from DRG.
Faisal.
I just want one time for it to be used some way, please. But yeah, it's just a rough ult to use. Now the steel garden comes through, everyone's trapped. The utility again.
Nicely
from
done by DRG. Good ult
reading that
usage.
Slightly later lurk from
Got a little lucky with the Vukushu kills. Oh yeah, that map's over.
ever EDG discussed in that timeout. It wasn't the plan. It wasn't
So they've won
the
pistol
cookery,
and lost
the
every round
chef's
since.
kiss, the ability to set something into the kitchen. It
If
just
they can get
seems
to
a
4,
bit
they'll
burn
probably
the
win,
spirits with
but
a super aggressive.
like we saw from
ult.
DRX.
I mean, Cashew's just. You're meant to respect the smokes.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, you're meant to. That's the thing. There's a suggestion, man. And even if they push the smoke, as they can tell, Vukashu very excellent on that tracking. Top level player, and it's a top level game from DRG. Maybe for now, EDG are gonna be hoping that.
So again,
fight-
we've seen a lot of B
I want
main
them to
fights
throw
here.
all pretense. I just want them to run them down. They're not doing that.
He's died
now they've done
again,
that.
man.
Kong to find the kill on the
You
Spirit.
have a Viper
Clean
Spit
those
here.
trades
Just
because the
why
Viper
is that
Spit was
even
being
our plan?
applied by Kongshu. And
Twice in a
this
row
is
he's died. Just
maybe the
why
first
do you need to
time
be
in,
aggressive
what,
against this comp?
7 rounds that I feel like EDG have gotten a clean opener.
Yeah, something like that. You don't have to play around the Viper's Pit easier. But now DRG, that over aggression I had criticized them for, did initially work
Oh,
out.
how have
The
you not
fun
got a
as well,
kill?
Just deciding
You
not
can
to
see
fire,
them.
honestly, had the lineup
This is a
towards
poor
Kang
round by
out the front,
DRG. You
very
have
much giving them
Viper's
all
Pit
the
on
sight like
B.
he needed, but just getting
Just
a little
make
bit
them do an
nervous,
A
maybe
exec.
just getting to
Like,
him, and now
what a
Cashew,
terrible
Cashew,
round plan.
that 12,
Like, they're not
3,
running
and
through a
4
Viper's Pit if
with
they
a
don't have
snake
Yoru
bite
ult.
online.
If they don't
And
have
the
Yoru
Arcos as
tail
well,
ult,
there's a
don't even fucking worry about it.
possibility
You're
it's
fine.
Not likely, but it does exist.
Well, gonna be attempting to make it happen there under Ang. Kong pretty low on health, but Smog is holding the angle. It's
Fulham
the
are
high
beating
low and
Chelsea.
third player
Awobi
behind
with the
them.
goal.
And they're trying to break that one down, but instead they will be the one. Be dealt the kill shot. It's a crouching Vukashu. It will still take on all challengers, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the time to maybe take the round to the RG, and it's gonna be a third for EDG. Vukashu just giving away his life. They already have more than enough money. That's not the concern for them. But the real concern is going to be EDG crawling their way back with clean openers like that, and Kong maybe coming back to the forefront.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, again, the exact same play from
Delusional
Spirits,
thing
just
in the
not
guy who had
quite
one really
working
good
out.
year
I
is the
do
GOAT.
really love this responsive
But right
aggression
now,
here, even if EDG did capitalize on
Valorant
it very
doesn't have a
solidly with
GOAT.
that tree control. Really like that aggression from DRG there again. Understanding there's going
Like,
to be that
football
fight,
in
understanding that you want
fucking
to try and take
68 did
as
not
much
have a
positioning as
GOAT.
possible. I mean, Chichu has been going 1 and 9, just hasn't really had the opportunity to do much for the side of EDG, which is a shame because EDG not necessarily 100% reliant on Chichu, but if Chichu's been having a good or even middling game, EDG really take that boon and run with it.
Well, speaking of taking something and running with it, they've taken the drift and they're trying
Why
to
no
run
GOAT
out the
FNS
defenders.
is not
Vector is
retired
known
yet,
to be in
mate.
the smoke. They haven't cleared him out yet. He's on the
What?
right side now.
What?
Puts him back.
What?
It's double IC. It's
What?
going to clear the enemy team. That's 2 kills in the shorty. And that's
How have they not killed
DRG
them?
wiping off any smirk of EDG's mouth.
Also,
Oh
no,
my
FNS is
days,
not the
my
GOAT.
days, man, that is
That's an evil smile. That's an evil smile that we've
It's
seen
an
right now.
evil
Unless he
smile
gets like
indeed.
20
I mean,
points for me in
mean,
VFL, then he will
you
be
can't
the
play a
GOAT.
game like that. You can't play
If
it. And
FNS
that's the thing,
drops a
I was like,
20
oh my,
pointer-
what a game, because like, come on, look at that. You see it. Nick is just filthy. Nick cannot be stopped. Nick is the one who sees that NI double.
I was thinking, like, why are you staying in this smoke when they can Euro ult and see where you are? And then it worked.
I like how Muggle is like, what can they do at this point? You know, even Muggle like laughed it off. You know, he's like, there's no further hope in this kind of situation. So let's see if there's gonna be something left for the side of EDG. Set up their sights. Maybe the B side is gonna be their hope this time. Kangshu.
No smokes.
Is gonna take down Smoggy. That's no more smokes for the comp of EDG. They'll need to fight that off. Spotted by the Arcros. Thorns are
They don't have a way of breaking
for
the.
something to be presented by DRG, but I love how DRG are like very nonchalant in the way that they responded to that one. It's like, okay, we know that they're there, but we're not gonna really stress out about it. It's like they're there, we're gonna deal with it, but maybe you're too nonchalant to the point that you let Kong actually find an opener, and now you're gonna.
Bro, you can see your own fuel.
Find that shop. Might be different.
Oh my god, DRG.
Oh, and instead, yeah, Chichu actually is able to find it, gets Flex and down now, and now Spirits as well. You mentioned how the Outlaw is basically an op. When you look at these HP values, that is absolutely the case now. Spirits, no hesitation to try and push back in, but for Cashew actually getting picked up, you'd said that we would hope Kang was able to come online a little bit more, and that's absolutely what we're seeing from him now. The utility from Vice coming through, the Seas doesn't find anything, it's all going to come down from this drop. How do you play this if you're DRG? You know how it's EDG, is just wait for the utility in the swing, that's one. The Outlaw swings and it's
the ghost. 4, they win. They win with 4. You guys don't understand. It's Jova. It's Jova because our Viper fucking giga trolled. What are you doing? You can see your fuel is about to run out. Why would you go and shut the door? Just play a fucking normal round.
No.
And DRG on attack might be a very different beast. I feel like 5 rounds is a very okay
EDG
tally,
are winning this.
especially considering you're playing doubles.
I mean, they've done this B main default literally every round.
This game might be completely different, but maybe DRG will want to pressure this round a little bit extra. They got the
they have their long tail. I mean, if they win 5, it's definitely over.
Held for the entirety of the map, and nobody's like, yeah, I have Omen ult, sure.
It's just you use
this
it.
is why that
so
attacking
good.
pistol is
Just
so
use
important.
Please. It can be useful, but no one else. We see it with Smoggy as well. Like, I would genuinely love to just see like Smoggy use it just for the back of B site and go, okay, Vikashu's there, or even just so it gets shot, so you know that someone's there. But the other ults that are a bit more useful, of course, you've got the Nightfall, as you said, and it is the last round of this half. So anyone that dies, you know, you've got Chichu with only 1 ult orb needed for that Steel Guard, and you really want.
Now DRG did beat EDG on Ascent during the group stage.
It's just such a travesty as this mid push now comes through.
And EDG's defense wasn't that successful, and it was these comps, I think.
No one has even made contact with anyone yet.
That's the thing about a round like this. You know the amount of weight. The Nightfall comes in, Armageddon on the side itself, but Nick has already made his way past it. 2 from main, 2
he
from
doesn't
pre.
realize.
They're trying to buy their time. Nick has had to ride that one out, and he's taking it out in the time where Kong is going to come in with a swing. They wait for the smoke to fade, and Smoggy will make it clear that EDG are here to play. Well, Vikashu might be the answer to anything that they bring. Down to the final 3-on-3. The mesh is no more. The wall is no more, but the retake will have to come very soon.
That didn't
from
catch
here.
him in this close corner.
There's
no way that,
no more ultimates on the side of EDG. But other than that, Steel Guardian that is used now. The DRG are trying to drop down. Spirit with a pistol, but it's gonna be Gianni to clear the.
Unlucky. What are our comps here? It is split. Neon Dead. Right, tell you what. Whilst it's
attack side is that
whilst I'm waiting for this, I'm just gonna go and fucking fill up my water. I'll be back in a sec.
This is Valorant Heritage.
Sorry, I was just watching Arsenal score again. Fucking Marino taking Saka's assist. Bullshit.
Process. It's
Okay, here we go. Oh, round one started.
Over peak and clues on a lurk, swinging around the back, about to get the catch, finds it. Ivy, however, not finished off. Meanwhile, Beckham towards the vent. XDL going to be able to find one. Francis straightens it out. Sugar 0 comes down to 10 in, swings back.
Zeta win pistol.
Teams.
Hope, bruh.
2 rounds ahead. They need
Okay.
to start off with a win on the
DRG need this pistol. They literally have to win this pistol to win.
primary part. They cannot afford.
You
to
must
lose
win this
rounds.
pistol.
This is the kind of team comp that will get 8 and 9 rounds very easily if they're able to run rampant on the defense. That's why we're seeing DRG really wanting to use their numbers advantage out middle here. Smoggy has the paranoia in hand, but they will need to use it. They're closing in. They're going to be in range where this paranoia won't matter. They're going to use the blind side. Flashes in from both teams. They try to shoot back and forth. Everybody's blind, but it's going to be EDG to get the lion's share until the trade comes in from Spirit. They're going to need to hold it. No more from Chichu.
Ow.
Instead, he flexed, and it's going to be nobody to leave Nick in a 1-on-2 with Gianni without any tools, but with a spike being in
GG.
the open. They're gonna swing and they're
GG.
gonna take those shots, kill the round, and kill what could be DRG's hope.
I mean, yeah, this is the thing. This market is absolutely closed for business. EDG are not going to sell you anything. Not that DRG can afford to buy it if they were. I mean, we've seen that nobody. It was very fortunate spraying through that smoke, of course.
You don't understand, TMV. DRG live for eco
You
rounds.
see the buy-ups, you see the outlaws. That is 58%
It's Jova.
win rate for EDG on the pistol rounds. An absolute filthy stat to go against them on this last pistol round of Shanghai.
Well, they're gonna be able to push from there. It's a complete pistol save from the RG. A spike plan will go a long way. A couple of kills will also go a long way, but for now, just farming orbs. Pretty calm, pretty cozy. Can't control the middle. And the rest of the defense is on B. The 2 sentinels on the A site is pretty much a complete lockdown. But the B site might be an avenue where if they find a kill, it's gonna be over.
I mean, yeah, these initial frags, first bloods are going to matter even more than they already do because they are pivotal to start with. But when you've got these types of rounds, these, you know, momentum builders that you need, it's only more. And speaking of momentum builder, it's KK, it's Kang with 2K to start us off on it. That's the Vise wall I was mentioning earlier. Put Spirit down. No fear at all. Spike in the mid. The swing from Bukashu at the very least is able to pick up a consolation pick. Nearly with a classic is able to find another, but now the salvo falls. Bukashu follows.
They weren't that good at ecos. What happened here? Please tell me that Nongshim won. Okay. It looks like they did. 2-1. Close. I think that this game will end 13-8.
Keeping himself.
EDG.
This game pretty competitive. 17 now for the Sentinel.
Do I have a
15 for
bet?
Nick,
No.
But it's going to be Spirit for me and Nick.
That's
Two
why I
people that are
created
going to be
fantasy,
early
to
on the
get
entry
people
pack
away from
that
gambling.
Might have higher expectations now that they're on the attack.
I mean, you
Chopra is shitting himself.
You've got to have that control come through. The flash comes through over the magnet.
Okay, DRG, that's a good start.
Spirits will absolutely deliver. Ask and you shall receive. That is a beautiful first pick. Takes out Deadlock as well. That Sonic sensors and such are now deactivated. And with one Sentinel in Vise who
PL4V with 10 Australian dollary dues.
Have the
Hold
control.
on.
You may finally have
Yeah,
the
I've seen the
resources to
Vukashu
take
tweet.
this A site, but instead DRG
Thanks for
opted
bringing us
not
videos. I love
for
watching you. Which teams are you
Cleaning
rooting
up
for
the
between
tree,
both matches?
making
I mean,
that
I am rooting for
environmental
DRG because
just slightly
I
cleaner, and now
I just
DRG
want to
gonna
see
capitalize.
different teams in Masters, although DRG have been to a Masters, but it would be fun.
They go to the empty site now. Of course,
In the
without
Nongshim
end,
Zeta game, I don't really have it. I
still
have
there.
nothing against either
Nobody.
team. Other than, like,
That
if
hole, they'll only spot
if
themselves.
Nongshim lose, it'll
Trying to
be
salvo to bunch them
funnier
down,
against
right in their
Chobra, but other
faces
than that.
Spirit to open up
And he
the
does
fight,
root against
close
Wolves, so
up
maybe
the
I
board.
should be rooting for Zeta.
Maybe deny.
But I have nothing
retake
against
attempt
Nongshim
from
themselves.
Chichu. Cali down by that C's. Now back to full health. They try to spray back and forth between the two of them. Spirit is gonna be the one to actually take.
How much is 10 Australian dollars in real money? Why is it called dollars? Why did you go Australian dollars? I would have thought why not call it Australian pounds?
Back off DRG. Will be presented the 8th anyway, but at least Chichu is gonna make sure that it's not a flawless.
C says EDG can't play this comp.
Very scary, yeah.
I mean, they are quite... Well, the first time they played it against the DRG, they were very aggressive, and DRG basically just shut them down.
Absolutely phenomenal. That from
Maybe they've learned, I don't know.
That tree line is as green, and no one is wasting any oxygen over there as they are.
How British do you think they are? I mean, I would say culturally, they are probably the second closest to Britain. Like, if I was to say, like, which countries are the most close to Britain culturally,
forcing them down into that lower buy is not.
It's probably between Australia and Ireland for who's next.
Yeah, but hopefully for EDG, they'll prove your words true. That is not the case yet. They'll still have to work it out themselves, and for now, it's pretty capable from DRG.
What about Chad? I don't think Chad would be very high.
Probably want to play this map. You know, the mesh barrier is gonna expire eventually. They're gonna back off to the A site.
Who's fault? I would say the top are. Look, and this is just anecdotal from my experience. Going to an American summer camp, the Americans and Canadians stuck together, and the British, Irish, New Zealand, and Australians very quickly made friends.
He might have the right timing, but now they're sending some util, and their information will be.
That's just my my anecdotal experience.
Yeah, they really are. It's difficult to have a fast push. You've got the sonic sensors. One of them has went down from the salvo, which is excellent. You do see two members of DRG actually lurking towards that mid now, trying to take control of Tree. It'll be basically fully down to Jenny to try and cut this push.
Timbo, what is SAR?
Swing comes through, the sound sensor activates.
South African.
A second on Fukashu. Nobody brings it down as
I don't know what the South African currency is.
As all hell breaks loose on this A site, and it's Smoggy to walk away. 8-8. You cannot get closer.
Thank you for the 10 SAR.
What type of cat are you gonna be
I don't
tonight?
think that's $10,000, unless it's Bitcoin. What type of cat am I gonna be? We'll see. Oh, is it Saudi?
If I were to describe
Saudi
the
Arabian
UK culturally
Riyal?
only using other countries, I would describe them as exactly in between the USA and the Netherlands.
Control of that game is gonna be 8-9 most likely.
The UK culturally in between the.
One away from the Steel Garden, so
I would say of the Europeans, of the continental Europeans, the Netherlands probably is the closest to the UK. I would say. I think that's fair. I don't think we're very American, other than the shared language. Culture we're quite different. Well, unlucky. These Fade Haunts are revealing everyone.
Both in the 8th site now. Both have a big task ahead of them.
They do. They've got.
But yeah, 13-8 is my prediction. I'm sticking with 13-8.
For Nick, but doesn't seem like he wants to use it. Instead, he swings good for one. That is all he finds. The spike not down. Actually, Nick was the one to walk away with it.
Why are they playing without Simon? Oh, buddy, you've missed a lot.
You don't get the extra credits for that plant.
Does he know? Clearly not. Oh, it's 4-1. Zeta gonna be 5-1. Oh no. Oh, Chobra. Sad Chobra noises.
Veto. I have seen enough 10-2 halves on defense.
When this game finishes, we'll watch Chobra.
If it was Pearl, I would 100% wanted to see that.
Okay, time. John, I'll put Chobra on now. How's he feeling?
Never overcommits. He's not that overheating kind of duelist usually. And that's why he is fitting into this Zeta game plan.
Oh, he doesn't look happy.
You see there, doesn't greed for more.
No,
gets his one and he knows that's good enough.
It's all right.
He knows that his teammates are there to back him up.
Oh my goodness, you guys, when will you learn? It's not over till it's over, chat.
And you have a couple rifles saved over, and then sheriffs. A lot of ults on both sides.
All right, yeah.
So
Zeta's got all their ults
wild.
pretty much, but really the ones that matter is obviously.
It's fine, he says. Oh, they've got all their ults somewhere on an eco.
Sugar Zero. Dude, isn't it crazy that
Pretty
round?
sharp.
You guys remember that
The
round
two
where he
carried
ulted to
over
A?
rifles.
Like literally,
And it's
actually was the only
5-1.
way they could lose that round.
Overdrive for Dompy.
I mean, he didn't know when he first ulted, but
Oh man, the ults stacked up here for Zeta. Only missing that Armageddon. XDL. I think it's built up.
Can you put a rain filter on when watching Chobra's stream?
It's gonna be singing Travis.
Okay,
Why
so
does
trying
it
to bait out
always
information,
rain
and
on
Zeta
me?
is playing very well. Not
Is it
fighting
because
this
I
yet.
support
Okay,
the
they
noodle
purposely
team?
made it out. Dompy didn't even commit. Good. Even if they lose this round, they're now learning.
Even-
Good. Minute remaining
Good.
here on the clock.
Good.
Even
They're
if they
trying to
lose
position
this round,
Zeta
they're
a certain
learning.
way.
Oh, it's fine if we lose because we're learning.
Okay, so he wants information. Ivy's hiding it. You know you don't have much time. You go for it. You push. Relabel. He's gone. Where is he gone? He can only go one place. Very nice. Very nice. I love the tempo adjustment. Ivy's still being chased all the way in spawn. Does Ivy win that
I mean,
fight?
this is a nice
I need to
round.
look at the kill feed. I need to look at the kill feed. Dompy dying isn't what's important right now. Okay, he doesn't commit to it. Tenten doesn't commit to it.
Down to size.
Ult?
Still have Ivy.
Okay, ambitious pit! Let's go! Give it right back to him. Now here's the thing, you have no idea where 10-10 went.
What the fucking
And he
deadlock
can't
is?
try for this because they have money. So you have to watch out. Francis?
Deliver some form of
Francis?
assistance.
Okay,
How is he
now you know
aware?
For sure. Wow. So Francis just chills. Just
Just
chills.
I mean, they
That's
did use multiple ults.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay, now he saves because he can't.
A blast in from Kong Kong when he walks into the garden and he has to back off. That play is stopped. The shear will dissect them into two parts and they haven't pushed over yet from EDG. They're very patient in the way that they're approaching that one, but Flex
ult
in
market,
an
why?
excellent position. Nobody's gonna clear them all down, but Kongshu's giving them some hope. Shut down on Flexin to leave Bukashu and Kongshu to try to clean that one up, but Kashu's trying to be the hero.
Gotta win
Down
it.
to a 2-on-2
Lost it.
now, but Smoggy lost
Round
it off
over.
the site. And it's a devastating 1 AP hold. Rigiani is gonna lock that one in. EDG are
13-8.
3
I'm calling
rounds
it now.
away from Beijing.
You cannot afford that, DRG. We're sitting there. It was a good theory. They actually did have it, but that round purely came down to that fight in the back of the watch. That position from nobody.
Why did they
So,
ult
consider
market,
you caught
though?
me in the seas, but you're going to have to still get me with the bullets, and you can't afford to do it. You weren't able to. So we see the pop off from EDG. Not quite as big. They almost seem like they're kind of expecting it. And with the econ from DRG looking completely empty, aside from one, it looks like just the buy.
Bro, it's
hasn't been
over. It's over.
coordinated. Fukashi
13-8.
buys up a gun. All the other members with a
13-8.
vandal. Meanwhile, the previous round was the exact opposite. It looks like DRG have just completely crumbled against this comp.
I mean, but I understand why DRG will still want at least one Vandal in this round. You know, it gives them enough firepower where maybe they can try to snowball a lead. But this defensive comp, as you can tell, very little space for you to maneuver. You can't scale up as much as you want on those positions that historically were the positions where you would play the map. And I feel like that's the thing that we will have, actually. We will need to have a complete restructure of how you approach and attack Ascent. That hasn't been the case yet, and that's why this comp is winning and is eating pretty well. Kong to send over the fake out, but it's not being bought there by the DRG. They have their numbers towards the B split. Kong will be asked, but Smoggy will
Hold on.
player on that side too for Smoggy.
Hold on.
Try to lock it off, but Flexin will keep the dream alive as Chongzu picks up the gun and they're trying to
Hold on.
the push on B a commitment because the rotator's gonna come in eventually from the rest of EDG, but nobody's gonna lock that one down. One final player in the lane who will drop down to their imminent doom. They go for the tap, they force it up, but the outlaw will be detained by EDG.
thought there was a
and now
chance.
they are reaching
And then you
their
do that.
end.
How we doing here?
It is in sight for EDG. It looks like Beijing. For DRG,
Oh, Zeta won.
it looks like home. This
Sad
initial
Chobra
shot, they're
noises.
just phenomenal. The random shot, actually, we didn't get
He's
to
not
see that
speaking.
initially. So if that's how the way it goes, that's just a
You know, it's not good when he's silent.
The plutonium blaster.
So on point with this operator today.
Okay.
And it's
So
been
Nongshim's
such a
playing
huge
to
win
win as
condition.
many rounds as possible,
Yeah,
right?
it's the TP away from those salvos.
3 for the side of DRG. You've got to make something work, and a super aggressive defense from
Thinking
EDG
about the
to start
cope.
with.
Well, this is probably it now.
Well, they're being aggro.
Final buy from the DRG. They're unable to find success with this one. The game will probably be over. The defensive comp have completely locked down the map. Look at the position of Kong, by the way. He can still back up, and he can play even more passively. So he falls the heck. Kong might be riding over.
Oh
He
my
has a
God.
silver bullet, and he will deliver it over to the
Yeah,
Dragons.
13-8.
He is still slaying, still killing on the right corner and the right read. There's still a minute left for DRG, but they are still testing the swordsman.
But they've
Want to
seen you.
talk about Chi-Chu's positioning as there as well. Can walk down the mid, because even if he does get swung, Chi-Chu just refrags. And now the refrags need to come through. The timing for the Magnet's absolutely woeful. The Annihilation pops through. It is going to steal. I don't believe... Oh no, it does. It actually bounces off and manages to steal another member of DRG. Nick just has to walk.
Sad. Okay. Nongshim are gonna win a round.
The world, Margaret. What a gamba. I'm here for it. I am actually here for it. I mean, I think this position's very readable, though. I think you hold the other angle, no? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. You hear the? Yeah. There you go.
Okay, we'll watch the end of this. It shouldn't be long. What are we doing? Timeout? Okay, back to Jober.
No. Domby's doing just fine. Domby's the tank. He did his job. He took 150 worth of damage. All good.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
he's still
it's starting to
coping.
look really good. And again, if they can get
What's
to
going
the
What's going on with
this
EDG?
composition is
People
really
are shouting
scary.
GNE Gaming.
Just kind of
Are
a
they winning?
misread from Zeta from the
Is
get-go.
EDG out, or are they in?
At least a couple players come
In.
through that A main ramp.
Well, I guess
And
they're
I
not
like
in
the way
yet.
10-10 plays it initially. Flashes and just backs up.
No, it is a
Try to
good
fall
ult.
back a
It
little
is a
bit.
good ult.
Okay,
I
Domby
just
runs through
wasn't
and he's
sure how
dead.
he was going to
But
hold
I
it.
think the idea was that
Stop coping, man. Stop with your cope.
Didn't do anything. We haven't seen it.
I think your friend race down? No, they're gonna win. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. They're gonna win. Bro, my VFL, my FPL, it's gone fucking dog shit today. Well, I've only got what? 1, 2, 3 returns from a whole bench boost as well. Holy shit.
That by, as you said, it's all Guardians except for one as we get into what could be the last round of Shanghai.
Sheridan might be calling here
Well,
for the RG.
I called 13-8.
We'll just have to wait and see if that's gonna be the
They
case.
have Viper's
They're
Pit, Omen
keeping
ult.
their numbers close on the A side. They got Vukashu on one leg, Hangshu on the other. But they don't have a lot of ultimates here. The Armageddon comes in, and the rest of the players are stuck in the angle. It's gonna be an escape for Flexen, so the Armageddon clears the angle, but it doesn't do much else. Instead, we see the rest of the RG
they get
trying
out
to
of it.
Scale up the catwalk. They are now
There you go,
spotted
that's a
by the
tail ult
drone,
gone.
and that will halt them for the time being. But they have other avenues. Do they go to mid or do they go back to A side? It seems like it's gonna be the latter. As the spike goes to there, it might be the final split of this entire stage for DRG.
Oh, and if it does, there's a sound sensor. They know Deadlock's sitting there with the wall up. It's about to fade and crumble, but with 2 members in DRG still leaving towards that mid and with no real utility to deal with the sound sensors, we see Chi-Chu here just sitting, holding ready for the Steel Garden to get dropped should they need it. It all comes down to these mid lurks as so much utility is popped. The Yoru clone is able to cause quite a lot of it to go down with very little use, and here now the initial me Kangshu good for one, only good for as he pops out the snake bite to try and stop Jenny. The Steel Garden comes through, the TPs as well. The
Well,
shots come through. It looks
GG.
like it's leaning towards Smoggy. It's all green. It's all blue.
Excuse me.
It's all good. It's all good.
What?
Now we watch Chobra cope.
that is.
No.
That
See,
is just
he
a
already
read.
stood up
Well,
twice,
he threw the snake
and then
bite
on
out.
Pearl they
like
lost,
that,
so now it's a
straight to jail.
reset. So it's all good. It's all good, chat. What, you guys
Not
believe
pass
in
go,
curses?
do not collect $200.
You
What
missed
is
the
this?
ace. Straight to jail.
What is
Straight to
this?
jail.
Okay, EDG win.
Friggin'
Jail.
1500s?
Nongshim Zeta.
I don't know why I picked
What the
1500s. I
hell?
just wanted to pick
Ridiculous.
the very, very old
Stuff
year.
like that. Those are game
All right.
changers.
Come
Individual
on,
moments.
Chobra. It's all you, buddy.
Chat, look at
Give
all
him
you
some hope.
RQ fans
They're
getting
down to
scared
just
of
stingers.
curses. You think Margaret's won yet?
The pace of the game starting to be slowed down by Nongshim, and it is working.
I mean,
in
at
their
this
favor.
point, what? They're up 7. They're up 5
reacting.
rounds so far.
Quite the same.
So
They're
if they
not able
won-
to absorb
TMB's
that
watching the
pressure. They're trying to
broadcast. Plug
contest it now.
chat. No,
Seems like as
that's
the
not what's
round
important right now.
timer ticks down, they want to
What's
press
important
the
is everyone
issue and
gets
try
to
to slow
enjoy
Nongshim up.
a great match.
There's one thing I
where
thought they
Nongshim's
played
gonna
well
win.
on with Pearl was to just play for retake at times. Their retakes looked solid. But it is hard against the deadlock. I get it.
Yeah,
Here, you're
okay.
certainly
They run the full fake? What are we doing?
I don't know if they've heard it. The game sounds so soft for me.
Space taken.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Oh my
Slowing
god.
the approach. TP
Oh
across
my
away from
god, the
Sugar
full
Zero.
set?
Swings out.
Ayya!
That's meant to find the kill. Eats an immense amount of damage. Just trying to fake
Yes!
TP. Wall falls.
The problem is we ran this fake, but we're running a fake, but we're going in like fucking 1 by 1. And fucking our spike carrier is the ugly duckling. What?
We have to read this! Yes! Okay! XTL has a weapon though.
And fucking Zeta are trolling. Hold on,
Oh,
hold on.
Going for it.
Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. We're
Don't
fine.
have time to walk through that smoke.
Oh, go and plant.
You have to. Sonic sensor.
Set up. Salvo's gonna be
Salvos after.
You got a plant.
Okay, he gets one.
He got some blue!
Ivy! Cover him! No!
XTL's gonna
Where is
find one.
this? At 16.
Tail ult?
He's just pinned in here.
Tail ult him whilst it was there.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh, the wall! The wall!
He's
Just
pushing
hide!
for it.
Just hide! No!
My god, he's
There's
done
no
it. What
way.
a chaotic round. That is gonna feel like a hell of a
There is no
backbreaker.
way.
He's locked into alley.
You can't do that.
They're carpet bombing him.
And he just
know how
runs
he
and guns.
guarantees
Absolutely
the. You know how he guarantees the win there is
absurd.
he changes the direction of the ult.
Oh my god. That is unbelievable. I
It's
mean,
unfortunate.
Order up another round, boys.
Yo,
the
Shy
front.
Wager,
That was
thank you for
me.
the raid. Welcome, welcome.
just
Nongshim
We're
on.
worried
Oh
about
my
that.
god,
That's
what a
right.
round. What a
No,
round.
my
before.
god. Well,
Again,
it's
I'm
just
telling
madness.
you,
I
like
mean,
Nongshim just
after
don't
Margaret
get
has
upset. I
just
mean,
a
it was
crazy
close.
round
Yeah, it
before
kind of
that.
sucks,
7-4.
but it's fine. I'm
People
telling you,
answer in
4
kind.
What's that on? I mean, they can't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Catching a glimpse of
Ooh.
one, 10-10
All right.
trying to hit
Okay,
that shot
you
in
found
transit.
two. You found
Okay,
two.
they got the site.
He has
There's
rolling
one moment, but
thunder.
opts to save it. Waits.
They have Yoru tail
Okay,
though.
calm down.
Oh, don't you die,
Margaret,
10-10.
Calm down.
Gonna go wide.
They're
Come
trying
on,
to bait
Zeta.
out the ults. They know the ults are coming.
Spike now.
Yoru
Trying
ult?
to make sure they
Sonic
have
sensors.
all the
One front of
angles.
sight,
You've already
one
got
at
it
elbow,
planted.
10-10
Your ult
leading the charge.
incoming. He actually didn't check
Dimensional drift goes
elbow.
out.
So now you
He can try to
know.
call an
Okay,
angle
there's
here.
a
It's
rolling
going to
thunder.
over towards
Okay,
You
and he
missed.
jumps out of it. Ivy on the site. Let's
Maybe
go.
he didn't miss.
All right.
Shot. Looking for the pull forward there.
Come
Off
on.
the annihilation does not manage to find it. XDL.
This is great positions overall. This is great positions overall. Huge.
there's no way you lose
huge
this
ult
4v2.
As well, on the death, good
Shuts him down.
trade.
XDL
Play
good
the
for another, but now
numbers.
Just Sugar Zero.
Okay, make sure we're getting
Well,
in position.
on the
You
side
found him. You found him. You found him. He's off of it. He's off of it. Chill.
Finding
Chill.
one
Chill.
more.
Chill. Chill. Chill.
The time
Chill.
is just not going to be there on the side.
Chill. Okay.
Just go
Whoa,
ahead,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
open
whoa,
one down
whoa,
the
whoa,
shot.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay,
Getting
okay,
dodged
okay,
out.
okay, okay, okay,
Versions.
okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
The tree's shooting a circle around him. Oh dear. Right, halftime. I have seen the last round of Crew.
Did you
yes.
watch the last round of Icebox in Crew versus 100
I watched the end. I
TPTW?
watched map 1. I did watch map 1 in bed. And I was like, oh, I'm too tired. I'll go to bed.
lose the round. You lose the
Bernard Zetawa, thanks for the 5 months.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I mean, it's afternoon for me, but good morning. I will just be tiny TMV.
Perhaps this is karma if Nongshim loses this. Chobra shat on both Wolves and XLG and they made it to champs and Nongshim can't even make it to playoffs.
Well, EDG play BLG now, right? So I mean, that is an interesting game. But yeah, this could be. Well, I mean, we'll see. 7-5, big pistol round, big pistol round. Bro, Zeta though, give the Japanese some fucking hope. We don't need more Korean noodles in there. Give the fucking Japanese people some hope. Let's do this. I'm a mosquito on Chobra's stream. I'm supporting the fucking noodles by being on Chobra's stream.
On that second
You know,
map there.
with all this shit.
Well, here is the question. Pistol round.
Why are they called?
Does this get tied up? Does it just go 3 for 3, or can Zeta
Why are they called Red Force?
start things off with another win? Suppress not connecting.
Okay,
Ivy does
pistol.
get
Get
noted.
ready for it.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The timing's real, dude.
they're
Zeta has
red?
gotten very good at finding those
Why red
off
force?
tempos. We have
Pushes
to
it
watch out for
alongside.
those. At least
Player
you're
Maybe
down,
four.
now set up
clear
and
it
just
up a
linger
little
here
bit.
from clues over in
Very
Vale.
fast. Yep, clear this
Oh,
all the
here
way,
these
all the way.
footsteps.
Clear it all
Still pushing
the
for him, but
way.
Frenzy has the kill. Looks
Okay.
for the second, can't make it happen. Dombey,
2v3. You got Ghost.
26 HP.
You got Nongshim Classic. We love to see the Nongshim Classic. Go buy the Nongshim bundle, chat. And
Through
you
these
may
smokes.
have
What are
a
they
chance to
shouting about?
potentially
Why are
win,
people in the background
potentially a
shouting?
2v3. Not sure about it just yet. Okay, the
Showtime
tank's
not
coming
here
in.
for the moment.
The tank's coming in.
0 immediately
Dombey with
finding the
1.
king.
74
Tucks back inside the
HP.
smoke. Dombey
He's
swapping
got a
over the
frenzy.
weapon.
He
Swings
knows
the
what he's
corner.
got to
Finds
do.
one.
He's got a
Dombey?
triple. And he slides
Dombey!
it.
Comes up
Let's
huge.
frickin' go. You know why we call him the
Slide
tank?
forward, the frenzy, the
Because he
4K.
will blow you up on the site.
Nongshim
Let's frickin' go.
get themselves a third pistol.
Buy
hit
the
with a Red
Nongshim
Bull
bundle
clutch.
and then upgrade
They're
to a
one round
frenzy
away
and a
from tying this
1v2
up.
chat.
That's devastating.
All right.
One around though, it looks so good for Zeta. A great entry by 10-10.
Wow, that actually could be a very big deal.
I'm so proud of Dombey, dude.
It looks like
You
it's
can
all
actually
Zeta.
see it in his eyes. He
And
wants
then
to
a
win so
frenzy in
bad.
Dombey's
He's like,
hands.
normally he gets frustrated when he's had a
Dispels
bad
their
like half of a
doom.
round. He's fired up, man. He's
Huge moment.
fired up. We love to see
One of
Dombey
those
like
difference
this.
makers potentially again.
Okay,
Starting
we
to
go
get
full
top
buy,
maturity.
we chill. We chill.
Full
All right, everybody?
investment. Any kills found here for Zeta?
Yeah, surely we don't. Surely Nongshim don't lose this, right?
Water, hydrate, get up and do some stretches.
Surely there's no way they lose this.
A little bit of just chill time.
It's a flash through.
All good.
Shallow TP forward. Margaret spamming though. Finds him.
Yeah,
10
Okay,
just
no, that's
clear,
fine.
just clear the
Locked in,
smokes.
The wall was there.
You put up the
He's
wall.
just
They
fucking
can't break
walking
it.
into
They're
the
on
wall.
All good.
As things
Just
go
keep your
quiet.
distance.
Did DRG win? I was gone for a few
Check
minutes.
around
It's
the
all
ramp.
good.
Nothing gonna be
Drone.
noticed
push
The
it
doctor
out,
prescribed a
push it
loss.
out,
Ivy
clear it,
watching with the
very
Spectre.
good. And then you're gonna put Persia close for the
Here comes
judge.
push.
Very
Sensor
good.
gets the stun,
Ivy.
and Ivy gets the kill.
My OG
Damage not
deadlock
suffered.
goat.
Looks for a little bit
That's
more. They are
fine.
able to go
You
ahead
got
towards
your
forward.
one.
Three players
It's
that they
only a
have to overwhelm.
Spectre. It's okay. The wall's spam. Just keep
Calls
it
Calls
at
him a
bay.
goat,
Margaret,
insta
right
dies.
needs it to be main. The positions are
Gonna be
good.
the
Just
final boss of the
chill,
site.
but like please do get into positions where you can
So,
trade.
dissipating
Oh!
shots.
Do get into
Quite
positions where you can
connecting.
trade for each other. Okay,
Bro, these
playing
ain't.
safe.
No,
I like
bro,
it,
you
I
got
like it,
no
I like it.
aimers.
Saleable.
Okay, all right,
And all
chill.
the repeat
Good,
Margaret
very
will
good.
be able
Dude,
to collect
Margaret has
3.
legit gotten so good this stage, though.
Between that and the 4K
Like
from
he's
Dombey in the
actually
previous
gotten
round.
so
Okay,
Nongshim
7-7.
How do I put
7-7,
it?
and they're getting things
like not
into a
safe
nice
because he's actually
position
gotten
as far
better
as
at taking the
their
right
ults are
time.
considered.
It's like taking the right fight.
Yeah.
I think he's just gotten
They're
confident
really doing a
and
great job
smarter about like
utilizing this
when do I
deadlock
fight.
util to make life difficult for Zeta. With the wall early
Dombey is so
into
cringe,
that sonic
man.
sensor. Zeta
Doesn't
just,
matter. W is a W.
trying to
I'll take a
claw their
cringe
way
W
through.
over a not cringe loss.
It's going to be something that has to be considered.
Okay.
Ways that you are going to
Ivy
deal.
with a
We
Bucky.
got Bucky and a Judge.
the
This is where
barrier
Nongshim
mesh.
thrives.
And they're going mid
A little
aggro.
bit of
The
Zeta,
Bucky
a
Judge.
little bit of Zeta
Get the spot on
payback,
Margaret.
fast mid push out, and then the
Margaret
fast
repositions,
rotate.
but
You make it
immediate
look like
rotation from
that
Nongshim.
you're
Look at
going
this
for the
Bucky.
fast flank. You force their hand.
He got him. He got him.
Okay, relay
Fucking
ball.
ran into the
Ivy with
corner.
the Bucky.
Swing onto the corner, it's
Dombey
down
with
to
the
Clues. Kill to
Phantom.
be found. Shota
Who
beating
was
it down,
that?
down
Someone had a
17 HP.
Vandal.
Trade?
It doesn't even matter.
Don't even need it.
2v1, spike down.
All
Where do we
alone,
want to wall up?
rotating
Just wall up
across through the
somewhere.
sewer.
Where
Gotta
we
wall
walling up?
something.
Where we going?
Ready
Whoa,
and
whoa, whoa,
waiting
Ivy.
once
Chill, chill,
more.
chill, chill.
You gotta
chill.
wall something, son.
Remembers.
Rides the rope down.
Margaret, we've been here before, but it's a different off angle.
off angle.
Oh, he doesn't remember.
Okay, they win a bonus. Not
Lesson
looking good,
not
Zeta.
learned.
Waiting for
Not looking good.
bonus conversion. Nongshim
They fucking just
should've
ran
just
into this
split,
corner.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're pinging it now.
Time here on
He
split.
TP'd into this corner. He just ran at him with a Bucky.
Deadly.
1-1.
Look at that.
Gets the Bucky.
Turns the
Not
flash,
the
just
play.
runs at him.
Grabs a rifle and just starts knocking people down.
Oh
Great
my
transition.
That's crazy.
Margaret again. Same spot, same results. And then has to be a timeout.
Ooh,
right.
Timeout. After 3 rounds. So, I don't think at this point, what were they before? They were +4 before. So right now, they're plus 5. So I would take them to 9. The lowest you can get, I mean, you could lose 13-0, 13-0. So they could go down to 6 RRQ. So it is still feasible. Now, if they flawless them this half, they'll have won 13-7. So they'll be +4. What was map 1? What was map 1 of this game? 13-6. So they'll be +11. If they flawless them this half, they'll be +11. Which will take them to +15. RRQ would then need to lose by 17 rounds to Team Secret in a 2-0. I mean, that's not happening, is it? That would be a 13-4, 13-5. So, it's over, Noodle Bros. You're not finishing first. RRQ, welcome to first place. Because Zeta can't overtake them now on rounds either. RRQ, congratulations. You might need to win like 2 rounds by the time this is over. Oh, shit.
You guys heard it. You hear the stingers. You hear the stingers.
Too much damage there is Francis, but Salvo sent out to try to slow things up in the wall.
Play at range. Play at range.
Positioned here and be
except for the judge.
Keeps them locked out.
Francis, make up your mind, please. Oh my God, Francis, you're droning. You're droning. You're droning with no cover, Francis. Francis.
Tricky, but they're spreading out the map a little bit. They're taking some control. They've got mid under their.
Oh
my God.
He's not going to check though.
Oh my God, and he missed.
Okay. It's even better.
Oh, Ivy, holy shit.
It works out perfectly. And the whoa.
Ivy.
Ivy like does something crazy good and then just instantly whips.
You're still. Ivy's actually my favorite player.
XDL will find a nice headshot.
But don't tell the other players I said
for
that.
the team.
But it's okay. We forgive him for that.
It's a stinger and a sheriff. Weapons get exchanged.
Domby's like, yo. Come on. The judge is mine.
Ready to go on the attack. Seems like XDL likely just.
Isn't that overdue to map diff?
Just a save? We hear the golf clap.
Oh yeah, Nongshim needed to win 2-0, didn't they?
Yeah,
did they?
There's literally no reason to go
they did.
for this kill.
Yeah, it's overdue to map diff.
There's literally no reason to give him a rolling thunder for free. We just chill.
Not if Zeta win
You already
though.
have your overdrive.
Nongshim even gonna give
But Zeta, because they lost
map
map 1 so much,
The moment he got the judge, I was like,
I don't
okay,
think it matters.
chill.
Let's hold the line.
Back.
All good.
Who's gonna finish 4th in this group
next
though?
round? Because that just stinger about
Talon,
this
I
next
guess.
round, probably what they talked about. They can get
Whoever
dimensional
wins
drift
will
on
beat
one
them on
orb.
map diff.
I don't think we go too hard on the orb. I
Talon
think
are a 4th seed.
This comp is built for trap plays.
Crazy good.
If they get the orb, let it be.
T1?
If they get the
Oh wait!
Ivy said, "I'm human too."
Who beat
which is
T1?
true.
No, RRQ beat
Yeah.
T1.
Because he missed the crouch, you know. He said, "I'm human.
Full
It's all good."
rifles.
Just a little human experience from Ivy every now and then. All good.
No, go on map diff.
Having to contend potentially against this annihilation from Ivy.
If they get orb, you just like.
Wait,
play
who did
away
Talon
from
beat?
dimensional
Did
drift,
Talon beat
right?
Nongshim?
Yeah, I love this. I love
so
that they're
Nongshim
not
would be
committing to
4th,
defending
no?
the orb, especially on B.
If RRQ win,
Okay, you know he's peeking.
Margaret dancing.
Okay.
Finally going to
Like stuff like
resolve that affair with the stealth drone.
T1 can't be 4th.
The angle.
Like
Zeta
trying
fishing
to
for some
one-up them.
contact.
I wonder if he watched
Fishing
a lot
to
of
see if
meteor
maybe they
spots
could
actually.
Bait that long wall. You could throw it from all the way up in heaven
Because
as the deadlock.
strategically they would play.
Talon is second no matter what? That's not true.
In terms of like
So that's
4-1,
mission
Sentinel
accomplished.
just gets their own kills and makes space, but
Able to find that.
He wasn't as
Talon are
consistent.
likely to be.
Popped in from Ivy.
If
No, but
Zeta
it's
win,
okay.
Talon are
The
4th.
point is, give it, give space, and then retake. You have deadlock gold. You can, in fact, even deadlock gold past it if you think you're getting scared.
Forward spots out one. He's just going to play harass here against this deadlock.
But if
Okay, you don't
Nongshim
hear it
win,
anymore. It's all
On the
good. You
exit
threw
of
down
this
the
run,
wall,
firing.
and
As
okay,
quick
you
like
send
shot
the ult.
something,
You
however,
got
able
him.
to find that
All
headshot
good.
on Ivy, so
And
it's
then
gonna
you
be
if
play it on
Nongshim
me.
win,
All
Talon
good.
are second
I'm
unless
telling you,
RRQ
this is
lose.
the
If
play.
RRQ lose, Talon
The
are
off
4th.
angle, because now you can play for time. The
This
cover
break
coming
off
in from
the
Francis.
defenders spawn.
What did I?
All of Nongshim
Oh my
are
god,
about
wait,
to be
watch out. Okay, the
gathered
overdrive to spam through the
Flash,
smoke.
shots fired.
He's flashed, but they're flashed. Everybody's flashed.
Vision, Dummy arriving, finds 10-10, and this round is cooked.
Chat,
it looks like
did I
Nongshim.
not tell you? Give
Break
the ult.
economy, continue their streak.
Watch out.
And they get up to double digits.
You have deadlock gold.
This is just
All good.
a difficult
Easy.
round. They're not really able to get a
Easy
set up
round.
for this.
Talon
executed
needed to be a
time. It just
3-way
takes
tie,
too
not a
long.
4-way
Francis,
tie. Because if it's a
Francis,
4-way
Francis,
tie, there is no head-to-head.
Can see the clock
It's just
dwindling
straight,
and
And Ivy
um,
honestly is really good under the deadlock. I
And they
know
can just
Ivy's had
throw
some
bodies
stinkers
at
this
the problem
stage, but
because they have
Ivy really, to
shotguns,
me,
they have
It's just
speed.
straight
last year, I
they
think
have Dombi.
potential-wise, I saw
And they have
the
Zeta
most
dead
potential
to
out of
rights.
Ivy. Obviously, Persia was like the
It's
go, and then
10-7.
Dombi was neoning all over.
3 more
everybody,
rounds to go for Nongshim to punch there.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
take it
whoa,
to the
whoa,
playoffs.
whoa! Who just said that?
Zeta. On
Yeah, it's
another
looking
eco.
pretty
I see
good
what
for
you're
Talon.
trying to say, but
Trying to find some way through. Down goes 10-10.
yo, shout out to Ennis Observing.
It's kind of weird. Talon can't finish third. They can only finish second or fourth. That's quite strange, isn't it?
Okay, but yeah, still down to 45.
Go follow the channel, give a little shout out.
There's that
Although
lone pickup
now
hero
they
rifle in
stream
hand.
on the Naver platform, but
Showing some respect, backing away, not looking to overstay.
because that's what we're partnered with, chat.
But yeah,
But
they'll
you
play
guys
Gen
can
G
get
if they get
accounts
second.
there.
Whoever gets
So I
second
have
plays
to get
Gen G,
special
whoever gets
permission.
third plays DRX.
Such good diligence here from Francis.
Okay, yeah,
Force out the
you're baiting
aftershock.
out some of the util. I like it. The pit's
Knows
still
their
alive, so you just
positioning.
need to
You got that
cover
Viper's pit
Margaret's
there as well.
back.
Cluz is gonna try to
He's
find
only
a way to
got
sneak
a sheriff. You
in
should
when Margaret's
be
not expecting
okay.
it.
Okay, we're
He's
kind
a
of
little bit
getting
ahead of the
played
curve
a
in my
little
opinion,
bit.
but
People are
I guess
going
he's just stuck behind the
crazy.
wall.
I
Okay,
have
okay,
no
okay.
idea what they're saying, so we don't know how
That's
this
fine.
ends.
Gotta wait for this execute to go.
Come
before
on. Oh,
Margaret's
dude,
attention is-
what? Okay, that has to be a reserve. I thought he sent that late.
Sending the salvos.
Okay.
Still
Oh, okay. Spike.
but still
Drop.
taking down.
Spike.
Now the spike
Drop.
is
They
on
do
the
have
floor,
open ult.
30 seconds
They do have
remaining.
open ult. But B-sides safe.
Whoa.
B-side. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Yes. Let's freaking go. Francis.
Anyone got
It's-
Francis?
Oh my gosh.
It's looking
so
over.
beautiful. Everything.
Nongshim.
We got double aces. We got
Now by
knife kills.
4,
We got good reads.
11
We got
to
all
7.
counters. It's all so beautiful.
This attack
Don't you just
Oh
hate
my
it
gosh,
when good
Francis
things
is
happen to bad
cooking 'em.
people?
fruit,
Oh, he's
holding
cooking
no
him.
water.
Dude, he's showing emotion. He never shows emotion. Oh my
Final timeout.
gosh.
So their playoffs are. Oh, we have the dates for their playoffs. I mean, I wonder. So they are finishing a week later. Okay, right. Okay. Well, this right here. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're not doing playoffs for VFL in stage 2 if it's like this, because Pacific are basically splitting up into 3 parts, right? So there's like April 27th, then another week for this, and then a final week for this, right? So this would be like 1, 2, 3, right? So you can see this. But take a look at Americas. They're doing it in 2 parts. They're combining that. This is all one, right? Like, look at the dates. 27th, 27th, 28th. And this is like 2. They're on completely different schedules.
Contact.
/ lurk duty.
You heard the gate crash? Yeah, just break it.
Clear of
Don't
the
even
TP.
let it bother you. Now they know you're in vent, so Francis, yeah, he's ready to back out.
Again, you
He's
gotta-
playing
you
contact,
gotta
but he's ready to
create some
back out.
space here.
Ivy's
Adding
closing the
ramps.
gap because he wants
More
to
transfers would do
eliminate
it,
them peeking him before
but
the
you'd
sun
need
sets
like
again.
6.
The drone
And also
out.
teams are
That's
playing
good.
multiple
They're
games,
not
which I did
at
have a
Ramen.
solution for,
So
but
Dombi backs out,
Very aware
dude.
of that.
They
what
talked
if you just
about
had
it. They
1
had
week
to have
for the
talked about
entirety of
it.
playoffs?
Contact plays. Dombi going in.
But then you'd have to predict who's just going to play the most amount of
He's trying
games,
to check
unless
if
you
the
just did it
omen's
as
there or
1
not.
game.
55 seconds, Persia! About time! Let's go!
Could do that.
He's back. Now we just chill.
Hold down M1. and
We
they are
just-
rewarded
What
with
if you
kills.
pick
Chill.
3 players per region and don't get to change for playoffs?
Jota trying to take some space.
It's okay.
Finds
It's
the
okay,
burst,
because
finds
that gave
the
time for
ball.
Ivy.
Match
I mean, this
point.
game's
Let's
over.
go.
Secured
Match
from
point.
Nongshim.
5 chances.
It's over.
5
Rounds
chances.
consecutively to get to this point. 5
Well,
rounds
we'll get to see
consecutively
Chobra be happy
is
at
what
least.
Zeta needs.
Do
Just
okay,
to
you
take
guys want
this
cam
into
on or off?
overtime.
You guys want spoilers or no?
Otherwise, their playoff
Cam on
hopes
or off? Because here's the
come to
thing.
an end.
If they do win, I can't turn the cam back on before I celebrate,
Blind
chat.
TP there essentially for 10-10. Nobody's able to get into a position to back
You can
them
turn the
up.
camera off, Chopra, and I'll
And then
take
you
over.
just, like you said, hold down M1
No,
through
this
those
one,
smokes
this
'cause
one,
you know
no,
that the
this
Zeta
one it's
players aren't
on.
gonna
No,
be
everybody
far
wants it on.
behind.
Everybody wants it on. Okay.
10-10's
You can
Because
turn
I
it off.
can't think about it,
And they
chat.
just
All right, you
don't
guys are on
seem
your
to
own.
have
Mods, please
quite
make
enough
sure it doesn't get
preparation
crazy.
on this attack
Don't get me
side.
banned
It'll
on
take
such a good
5 in
day,
a row.
potentially. All right.
And that seems
Spoilers from
not
Chobra.
impossible. with how
It's fine. We all know how this
really
game's ending anyway.
All right.
Zeta are clueless.
Because you
The
see,
wall
okay,
again coming through.
They have a player called
knows
Clues, but they're clueless.
Zeta division
that Zeta has to act faster.
taking a pause.
So early wall, I like it. Oh, I always get so
Quick
scared.
grab
But this is
that
how you have to play
Armageddon.
Deadlock.
This is a combo they're going to look to try
But
to
because
pull off
Tenten's
here.
so good at these first duels, I get so
Why
scared.
not?
Francis looks like he has the ult at the
I get
ready.
so scared.
Looks back into
Okay.
Ben.
All right. Okay, we back out. We play off the sonic sensor. All good. All good.
Opposite, just save it.
Okay.
I think Zeta is somewhat aware
Okay.
that going
They're
through
all going to A.
vents
Do
would
we
be
have
a
information?
risky
We have
proposition
drone,
with
but we
that
have
ult in
Armageddon.
play.
Okay, we have drone. It's the same pattern. Same pattern as last time. It gets broken.
That's an
It gets
interesting
broken, but it gets
spot
broken
there,
early
but
from sewers. You
TP
know
out for
the Euro
10-10.
was on sewers.
Trying to sell
Okay.
a little bit of a fake.
Here we go. I mean, they
We gotta
have
watch
tail. A well-placed
From afar,
tail
from
here
screens.
wins the
Purge is
round.
hiding. Oh no, he gets spotted.
Purge's
The
position
relocate.
noted.
The rolling thunder. The rolling thunder.
Nice.
Here comes the
Good
Armageddon. The lights are on. It's happening, chat. How does it happen? The Armageddon pushes him out. Who gets all the kills? Domby gets one. I don't even care. You know what? It's over. It's over. It's over. They're won.
Still not in their control. Ivy
I can't believe it.
XCL dead.
4v2. It doesn't even matter. We're going to playoffs, baby.
We'll bring it to an end. 13-7.
Nongshim fighting! Nongshim fighting!
Punch their ticket forward.
Oh my God.
Brilliant display on this defender side of.
And Zeta are out.
Oh.
Well. Sorry, that was my map one. Well, GG. I will be back later, and I may or may not have a cat face. So don't miss that stream. Goodbye.
Meow meow moo.
Mew can't even spell Limbo. L